Okay, all right. We'll get started. I suppose I could get started. Okay. Well, good evening. It's Monday. And there's some bullshit out here. That's for sure. But then again, there always is. Anyway, well, anyway, I'm at a loss for words. So maybe we should just watch some of these videos and just, I don't know. All right.
Listen, the bad actors, and I'm not telling you to buy, hold, or sell AMC. Do your own DD and come to your own conclusion. But this is just my theory, what I believe happened. The bad actors thought when Adam Aaron issued those 40 million AMC shares that it would scare us out of our positions and we would sell. When AMC,
I feel like I've heard this before.
Investors rather did not sell. They were in shock. They expected us to run out the play. But like I said before, we already down 99%. Why would we get out now? I mean, I'm not telling you to stay in, get in. I'm not telling you to do anything. But I'm saying, why would I get out now when there's only 1% left to lose?
No,
I mean,
good logic.
There's other place for me to make my money back, so I might as well just stay in the AMC play. But
cool.
Being that we didn't sell when Adam Aaron dropped that 40 million, now they're doubling and tripling down on the bad behavior. They're doubling and tripling down
the bad behavior.
Shorting on the dog pool.
This bad behavior in the markets. Bad behavior. Okay. Bad behavior. I don't like that. I don't like your bad behavior, mister. Excuse me, sir. Yeah. Not digging that bad behavior. Could you please stop with the criminality? Yeah, thanks. Abuse.
We don't have any regulatory agencies that protect the market. I mean, that's really the bottom line.
Protect the market.
FCC or FINRA or DTCC or CFTC was doing their job. Would these bad actors be engaged in this type of behavior for over 30
this type
months?
Of behavior?
Huh? If the CEO of AMC was really
right, that was
protect them, we don't stay in the AMC anything. But I'm saying, why would I get out now when there's only 1% left to lose? I mean, there are other places for me to make my money back, so I might as well just stay in the AMC play. But being that we didn't sell when Adam Aaron dropped that 40 million.
How do you know that?
Now they're doubling and tripling down on the bad behavior. They're doubling and tripling down.
Here it is.
On the naked shorting. On
naked shorting.
Abuse. You know what?
Dark pool abuse. Naked shorting and dark pool abuse. That if we actually try to pinpoint what the fuck he is talking about, what the fuck these people fucking believe, pardon my French, but I mean, god damn it. Naked shorting and dark pool abuse. Dark pool abuse. But using it too much? Too much off exchange volume. Too much percentage of off exchange volume, right? Is that that's the problem. I mean, and I pointed this out before. obviously, a big component of this would be retail um, volume on the free brokerage apps, payment for order flow stuff. That's one component as far as I understand. But that is what that is. So that's always been odd to me that dark pool abuse is a thing, like that they're citing, if you want to call it that, if you want to consider this citing something. Um, I mean, this seems high, like for on exchange, but okay, yellow is the price. Yeah, all right, yeah, it's easy to remember there. Yellow is the price. I mean, that's just whatever. Yeah, it's increasing. 10, 13, 14, 15, 19%. But that's I I mean, the off exchange swings up and down around 50%, 52%, 50 whatever, 53.50. So dark pool abuse. I mean, I don't know exactly what, they don't get any more specific than that here. So we'll just go with that. And naked shorting, I mean, which we talked about for 2 years. Um, with excuse me, with no actual evidence, just all this circumstantial nonsense. Um, Believing that everybody's complicit in a massive conspiracy to suppress the squeeze, in order to save the elite, the financial system, the 1%, one percenters. They engage in, of course, capital T, engage in systematic securities and otherwise financial fraud on a daily basis, selling counterfeit, like uncountable quantities. Just every share that's sold is a new one, quote unquote. They're not. They don't know how many there are. It's all bullshit. It's all fake. That's how you can get to saying the data that they released to us is false. If you believe that it's all just bullshit, then the data that's coming out of it would be also, I would think, bullshit. So, but if that's the case, then you're talking about what, a total game of chance, like um, a casino gambling. Then, I mean, I find it hard to believe these clowns would go into a casino and have this much of a hissy fit when they lose money. I mean, it's going to happen. Everybody loses money. It happens. Sometimes you have a good idea and it works out. Most of the time, it doesn't. Uh, I guess you got to know when to pull that ripcord. But They didn't because they had a sure thing. They had a sure thing to the point where, they adopted the mentality of already having it in a sense. Um, with some of these clowns. But there's a few different ways to tackle that. But I think the easiest is, when something becomes obvious, then it becomes obviously wrong because it just doesn't work if everybody is on the same side of a public, highly publicized event, trade, uh, speculated event, whatever. They thought they could fool the market.
We don't have any regulatory agencies that protect the market. I mean, that's really the bottom line. If the SEC or FINRA or DTCC or CFTC was doing their job, would these bad actors be engaged in this type of behavior for over 30 months?
What type of behavior?
If the CEO of AMC was really,
I mean, that's just it's a malformed question from many standpoints. It's a straw man argument essentially. If they were doing their job, would they be engaged in this behavior? Well, obviously, they're doing their job. You can go on the SEC's enforcement website and see all that. Every day there are releases here, pretty much. I mean, these are litigation releases. There's also administrative proceedings, settlements, requests to vacate, stop orders, trading suspensions. There's all kinds of shit that they do that, all the time. So, these are opinions and adjudicatory orders. So, I mean, are they going to intervene like actively in the market? It would take a lot, I would imagine. Scott Allen. What? That's not me. But that's funny, though. Wow. I got to take a screenshot of that one. That's funny. Yeah. Anyway. So clearly they're not doing their job because I'm still here. But are they going to tell somebody, wait, you can't trade this, or your trading is illegal, and we have proof, like we saw you do it in real time this afternoon? I don't think it works like that. So, but anyway,
this type of behavior for over 30 months.
30 months.
If the CEO of AMC was really in it to protect retail investors, would he have let them force them into a reverse split?
Well, who said that he, what?
If the CEO of AMC was really in it to protect retail investors, would he have let?
Well, I mean, that's a byproduct. That is a byproduct of his doing of a good job. That's what that is. That's what that means. It doesn't mean that, they do favors for you, or, not do things that are good for the company, but might be maybe not the best for the stock price in the interim period, if you catch what I'm saying. Like, yeah, we got to do this now so we can raise money, grow the company, and then the stock price will rise. Even though we have, 5 billion shares now, it'll get back there. and we can do reverse splits and all that. So, but he's not. The CEO's not gonna like help you win a lottery ticket. That doesn't make sense. It's like, why didn't the host of the pick three drawing for the lottery on TV on NBC or whatever? Why didn't he pick my numbers? That son of a bitch! I'm gonna sue him. Well, that doesn't make sense. I'm gonna sue the the network executive at NBC that oversees the lottery because clearly I was supposed to win. What? I mean, that seems pathological.
Let them do, force him into a reverse split when all he had to do was
Force?
issue new shares. That's what he did now. He just issued new shares. So just like he issued 8 behind our back, he could have issued new shares behind our back without the reverse split, but he didn't. He didn't because the reverse split helped
Whoa.
his hedgy buddies. He had
What
let
now?
them do
All right.
was over 30 months. Would these bad actors be engaged in this type of behavior
This type
for
of behavior.
over 30 months? Huh? If the CEO of AMC was really in it to protect retail investors, would he have let them do, force him into a reverse split? When all he had to do was issue new shares? That's what he did now. He just issued new shares. So just like he issued 8 behind our back, he could have issued new shares behind our back without the reverse split, but he didn't. He didn't because the reverse split.
What the fuck is he talking about? No, they needed a shareholder fucking vote. Going all the way back to 2021, they needed a shareholder vote in order to authorize more shares. They didn't have that. They felt that they couldn't get it. They never tried, but they just felt that they couldn't. And it started out as, oh, we're going to respect retail shareholders' wishes. I think it might have even been the verbiage that he used. We're going to respect their wishes and not ask for dilution. Right? And then I guess that assumption just carried on both sides, I guess. But so they couldn't just issue more shares, but they had authorized these preferred shares years ago, before even Adam Enron was even the CEO, and they just brought him to the foreground and chopped him up, which they had the ability to do because as of the charter under which they were operating. So it was, corporate financial engineering, basically. Because they couldn't just issue shares, because they did not have the authority from the shareholders. That's what this whole thing is about. It's about the greed and petulance of the apes.
Hedgy buddies, and I know the shows are gonna come out the woodwork, but there's nothing any of you shows could tell me that AMC reverse split was not meant to protect the hedgies.
To protect the hedgies. Protect the hedge funds. The reverse split was the only reason, sole reason, was to protect the hedge funds. How does that compute when your equity doesn't change as a result of splits and reverse splits? It's a quantity and price problem that add up to the same answer, the same number, the same amount. I mean, okay, maybe I feel like I should have a whiteboard, but no. Maybe he's referring to maybe because certain brokers just cashed out shares, which would have been combined and reverse split into fractional shares. So they just paid you the amount. So maybe he's saying that they bundled they packaged all those fractional shares up and used those shares to cover the massive naked short position, because they have to return the shares that they didn't borrow, you know, um, by buying them and making these idiots filthy rich. Yeah, that's it. No, that ain't it.
The bottom line is this. They are still stuck between a rock and a hard place. They're going
Oh,
to still engage in this criminal behavior to push the price down every day. Well, not every day, but a majority
not
of
every
days.
day.
You're going to have more buys than sells.
More
And the
buys,
price will
more buys than sells. Oh, I like that. More buys than sells. The good old more buys than sells makes the price go up. Um, but I honestly, I am these charts anymore with all of the shit that has taken place as far as price action here, relative to the number of shares. I mean, we could do this. I don't even know if this is updated. It does not. Well, it's adjusted. Okay, so it's adjusted. But this is only goes up to June. Well, maybe it has. No. Well, anyway, we'll have to wait for that to be adjusted because it's quarterly, I guess. Anyway, well, actually, I mean, you can even see on this. This is enough to kind of see. um, I just think it's interesting how that, you know. But of course, now you're talking about, oh, the float was only 2 million back in 2016. So anyway, yeah, I don't know.
still go down. And this is going to continue until they run out of liquidity. That is just my opinion. Once again, I'm not here to buy or to sell AMC stock, but I believe the bad actors are still deep in the hole.
That
And
makes no
I don't
sense.
see no way out for them, because if they haven't learned anything by now, retail investors are not selling. Matter of fact,
I mean, who's the ones who haven't learned anything by now? I mean, can we ask this question? Can we make that implication? Can we spin it around on this clown and say, what the fuck, man? What in the actual fuck are you talking about? I mean, this is a 98% drop. 98 fucking percent drop from the top to now. Where is it? Come on. 780. Come on, 780, wherever. God bless. Okay. Oh, well, 97.97, but that's not correct. I got it on strong magnet too. Not strong enough. Elon Musk stole all the strong magnets for his electric carriages. Darn electric carriages. Excuse me. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Okay. 768, I guess, was the market close. 98.05%. And you're telling me that the AMC short sellers are in deep and they're trapped and there's no way out. Are you actually being serious? Like, what are you talking about? You can't be fucking serious and say this. I'm sorry, I refuse to believe. I just refuse to believe it. There's no way. There is no fucking way that this guy is for real. No. How? How is that possible? How is it?
Down. And this is going to continue until they run out of the hedges. The bottom line is this. They're still stuck between a rock and a hard place. They're going to still engage in this criminal behavior to push the price down every day. Well, not every day, but
not every day.
You're going to have more buys than sells. And the price will still go down. And this is going to continue until they run out of liquidity. That is just my opinion. Once again, I'm not here to buy or sell AMC.
That's good. At least it's just an opinion.
I believe the bad actors are still deep in the hole, and I don't see no way out for them because
deep in the hole.
If they haven't learned anything by now. Retail,
buddy. Okay. Is he talking about the stock price being deep in the hole? That's good for short sellers. Okay, so you got that backwards if that's what you thought. I don't know. Doesn't make sense. We need you on the AMC board, Donahue. AA does not have a conscience. That's why he's rich and you're not. His salary is over $50 million. Criminals at large, they need a jail cell. Okay. The more things change, the more they stay the same. We already lost everything, so we might as well continue to buy the dip and hold. What? Yeah, you've already lost everything. Playing, I don't even know. Playing poker. You lost everything playing poker. So you might as well just continue to play poker. What? In what fucking world is that even something that anybody would fucking say? This has to be AI generated content. This is obvious. It has to be. Nobody would say this. Who would say this? This is absurd. We got nothing more to lose. Yeah, well, if you continue to buy, clearly you do have more to lose. What a fucking idiot. We already lost everything. Yeah, you already said that. But still, you can continue to buy the fucking dip. I mean, I see that, right? Continue to buy the dip and hold. So spend money and tie it up. Spend more money and tie it up. Because you've already lost everything. You have nothing more to lose. I don't think something off here. Something is not right. It amazes me that millions of retail investors are not represented by the company we invested in. Yes, because their job is to represent you. Their job is not to represent you. Their job is to run a fucking theater, sell popcorn, and pay you, by way of an increased share price. Trapped. We are trapped in the theater of the absurd. You're trapped. You're not trapped. You're not trapped. You can obviously leave at any time. I'm just crossing that out. I don't agree. AMC is not down. This is a familiar name. Because bad actors. It's down because the share count just quadrupled in 3 weeks. It went from 519 to 2 billion. The pie is sliced so much thinner. How could he issue shares behind your back? They could not legally sell shares. That's why the whole ape thing was shoved in there. That's true. That's true. Down 89%. This person is. What's the point? Unlimited shares for sale will always go down when retail buys. Infinite liquidity. Criminal market manipulation. This is the total market conspiracy. Conspiracy. That's what I call it. Unlimited, infinite. They can understand these concepts. Never ending. Infinity squeeze. Unlimited liquidity. Yada, yada, yada. Infinite naked shorts. Unlimited free short collateral. It's all the same. They can understand those concepts. Hey, Tony. So try to, I will make this window stay on top so I could see the chat. I like that idea. Waste not, want not, right? Retail is buying people have been averaging down. Good for them. I mean, by them, I mean Wall Street, because they just won more money. I just bought 2,000 shares. Oh, just bought 2,000. We got robbed 90% and you're still giving your money to them. Wow. Well, I mean, fewer likes on the comment, but at least it's not 0. Just bought another 100. Okay. Are you going to keep saying that until AMC is in OTC? Yeah. You are so wrong and still have a great hatred for AA. Wake up, Georgie. He could have helped the hedgies a long time ago by bankrupting the company. He didn't and is working diligently for more revenue streams. Lose that hatred and you will be rejuvenated. Where's the 3 replies? They must be hidden. They must be spams. Oh, boy. What an interesting fucking phenomenon this all is, Jesus Christ.
Retail investors are not selling. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to pick up a couple more shares today. Anyway, please leave some.
Congratulations. It will do nothing for anybody, including yourself. I mean, most importantly, yourself.
Because retail investors are selling, or because the criminals.
Yeah, the criminals. What about these failure to delivers? Oh, I hear there's so many. Oh. Oh, yeah, they were talking about 50 million. But the price went down, I think. I think that's what they're saying. Let's see. Right in here, possibly. Right in this region is when this was happening. Looks like, and before. So what about? Let's see. Where is it? There we go. Whoops. I mean, this can right now can put the more buys than sells every day to rest, I think. And obviously, okay, trades are matched, but conceivably theoretically there are more participants than there are, you know, there's shares available for sale at a variety of prices from different participants that wish to sell them at various prices. So there are those orders, those pending orders can be matched with someone who's willing to pay or receive that amount. And that would constitute a trade. And we would look at it through the eyes of retail investor. But in fact, when a retail investor submits a buy order, that may actually that may, depending on where and with whom you do business, result in actual short volume being created. Right? The thing is, there's going to be buy orders associated with covering that temporary short position, but is not reported to the tape. So, in other words, it's not reflected in that volume. So it's a little convoluted because there is a buy order for every sell order and vice versa. That's what I'm getting at here. So there can't really be more buys than sells. A trade requires both parties. Now, you could say that there are more shares sitting, available for sale than there are, people that are willing to buy them at various prices, for example, but that's not saying the same thing at all, because those are unexecuted trades. They're not trades. They're, one party who's trying to get or is willing to give. I mean, just like an auction, there has to be a seller if there's a buyer, and there has to be a buyer if there's a seller that have completed a transaction in order for a transaction to occur. It's just like an auction because it is an auction. It is an auction. It's an automated double style auction where buyers and sellers are both essentially competing or bidding against each other or with each other. And it's continuous. It's continuously iterating or evolving, and the product is continuously for sale. And so in that type of environment, that's why, these operational types of short positions, they're not really positions. It's just a kind of a classification. They very well could have made another type of transaction code, for example, but they didn't for whatever reason. Clearly, it was probably to keep the apes confused, because one day, they knew that one day, this would be, there would be something. They didn't know it would be AMC, but, it ended up being AMC, where the limits of the modern market structure would be pushed to the limit. And it's not just the apes. Ken Griffin plays a part in this. Was it Tom, James, Jim, Peter, Petterfee, Keith Gill, and Maxine Waters? Everybody. Okay. Lou.
All right, I guess I'm gonna explain it in a very simple way so everybody can absorb this.
Cool.
Look, those FTDs disappearing, okay? Nobody enforcing any of the rules. Nobody cracking down on any of this nakedness and the synthetics and everything else that happened. Nobody taking a look at what popcorn has been doing, but these votes that nobody votes, but they get votes and yada yada. All they're doing right now is, well, they already saved the shorts. But what they're doing now is they're slowly building up again to do exactly what we went through, a second version of it. We're going to have a run up. People are going to start saying,
Oh, okay. What? Okay. AMC 2.0, I guess. Oh, man.
that nobody votes, but they get votes and yada yada. All they're doing right now is, well, they already saved the shorts. But what they're doing now is they're slowly building up again to do exactly what we went through, a second version of it. We're going to have a run up. People are going to start saying hold. Then they're going to knock us down. Then they're going to start saying the next one, the MOAS, the MOAS. And then when it starts to climb,
so it's going to be
big, because the street's going to have obviously more RU, FTDs, and synthetics.
Obviously.
And then the pressure and the interest rates and yada, 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 and good numbers coming from AMC.
The interest rates.
Again, and then popcorn's going to dump millions of shares.
Well, that's the playbook, right? So there it is. Maybe I misspoke earlier. They are trapped. My deepest sympathies, I guess.
They actually are still referring to everyone as apes and like keeping them in the loop and trying to create this world all over again.
Who are they?
Like,
this seems like a different they. Is this they a different they? Which they are they? AMC, hedge funds, market makers, Ken Griffin. I don't know.
Like, do you want to participate in this world, a world where the street could do anything, never find the shares? The brokers could, sell you a share but not have a share, never locate a share, whatever. God knows what AMC, we don't even know if AMC is trying to come out with a different coin. Another stock. Because remember, they have a bunch of different classes of them. Just trying to tell you, I'm giving you a heads up warning. AMC is looking to do everything all over again with the street because it was profitable.
Okay. Switching gears. So, again, I don't know what to say, but now.
Hey friends, welcome to Stocks and Crypto Plays. I'm talking about Mullen Automotive.
I haven't watched any of this. I haven't watched any of this stuff, by the way. It's all stuff that I noticed earlier or that was posted in our Telegram group, which is available for anybody to. Oh, that's not it. Well, there it is. Yeah, right there. Link in description. Yeah, so today's edition of Shit Apes Say, you are full of shit. You are full of shit. Okay, Matt. Anyway, that link's in the description, and it's a Telegram group, which, Telegram's good little app. The scammers give it a bad name, but, I'll take open source as opposed to Discord. Anyway, So we got some Mullen, some bullishness on Mullen.
Hey friends, welcome to Stocks and Crypto Plays. I'm talking about Mullen Automotive. I just bought a call, just one contract. I want to show you how to do it. I bought another one. Kind of just so I can show you guys how to do it if you want to see. So Mullen's down 5% today. Good opportunity to do a call on 100 shares. So let me pull up this video for you real quick.
Yeah, buddy.
And you can take a look for yourself. And I can walk you through it here. So basically, let me pull it up. Okay, go to Mullen, then
nice.
Into long call. Okay, so you do trade options.
Nice.
To long call, click that. Look over here. Click that.
Lynn,
click.
you wanted an options tutorial. Here you go. Your friend Jason's going to help you.
Okay, so you do trade options, then you go into long call, click that, look over here, click that, click the buy call, and change the date at the top to further down to January of 2024. Go to the 50-cent one.
Interesting.
Click buy, and then you can change it to 10 contracts, and you'll see the premium is $360, or one contract premium $36.
Wow, $36. That's a deal. It's a steal.
Down, max loss $36.
He's buying a put, right?
Max gain is
oh, he's buying a call. Oh, right. That's right.
Goes. And the limit price, you can change it if you want to.
Nah, don't change it.
See, it's $36 right now, or you can change it to 35 cents. We'll put it at $35. Take a look here. 0.35. Boom. Max cost $35. Click review. Swipe up. And it'll get queued and see if it gets filled. All right, that's it right there. If you want to buy a Mullen call, I recommend it.
He recommends it.
Especially with Mullen down.
He recommends it. We have a recommendation. We have a recommendation. Wait.
Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying? Are you saying it? What are you saying? Huh?
Huh? Rest in peace. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what Tony was trying to say. What was he trying to say with that? I don't know. Anyway, buying calls on a 50-cent share company. Yes. Hell yeah. The ultimate of gambling in the stock market. Options on penny stocks. That is awesome. Terribly awesome. Terribly awesome. Awesomely. Fuck, this is what? Yeah, it's what the fuck? I recommend it. He recommends it even. I recommended it. It feels good.
All right.
Filled.
Right there. If you want to buy a Mullen call, I recommend it.
Yeah.
Now, especially with Mullen down 5%. It's a good opportunity. Hit like, subscribe.
Good opportunity.
Share the video with a friend. Also, did you see
that is a great opportunity.
GM video where I said buy a put, a short put? It's up like 130% on the week. Okay. Talk to you soon.
Buy a short put. Buy a short put. Okay. What? Buy a short. So buy a long put. I don't know. What the fuck? Okay. All right. Now, we get into a little bit more serious, market philosophy type stuff here with this guy, Frankie Muhammad. All right. I haven't heard his.
What's up, man? This is Frankie. Let me say, I'm not a financial advisor. Anything that I say in this video is for.
Will be taken in fact.
Do your own DD. Look, man, I see some people telling retail investors they need to get out of the stock market because Wall Street is unfair. And you got a lot of people, man, that's in our community. They listen to what they saying. They frustrated, so they want to leave. Me personally, I think that's a mistake, but I ain't no financial advisor. I'm an entertainer on YouTube. People can do what they want to do with their own money. But like I said, I do have an opinion. I think leaving the stock market, I think it's a mistake. It's a lot of wealth in the stock market. You see what I'm saying? And if you get out of the stock market, I feel like that's what the 1%ers want you to do anyway.
Well,
They want you to get out of the stock market. Now, me personally,
there's a lot of theoretical wealth in the stock market, in the market. But it has to be pulled out of the market. It has to be realized. And I think where things get weird for people, you know, especially people who may be, I don't know, principled or something, or, you know, they're obsessed with fairness. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with fairness, but you got to understand what you're getting into. And if it's not what you expect it to be, you can't go into it with the audacity and self-entitlement that you're going to change it and clean it up and make it better or into some ideal when you have no experience in that endeavor, that enterprise, that business. You know, so that's where one place where they went wrong, for sure. Anyway, holy shit.
the first to say that when it comes to the stock market, I think it's a lot of fraud. I think it's a lot of corruption. I even think that the 1%ers engaged in class warfare to try to keep retail investors on the bottom. But
I mean, I don't agree with that. I don't agree, certainly not with the last part. Is there fraud? I'm sure there is. Absolutely. There's always been fraud when you have that much money, especially when you have that much money changing hands every day, you know, theoretically, you know, figuratively. It's not actually money changing hands. It's not actually money. Here, this is the point we're at in the simulation. It's not actually money, and it's not actually changing hands, but it's money changing hands. That's where we're at in the simulation. Stage 3, I think. 2 or 3. At least 2. 3. Probably getting close to 4. But for any Baudrillard fans, Simulac. Anyway, when you have that much money changing hands every day in so many different ways, and that many entities and individuals, yes, there's going to be fraud. I mean, it's kind of like human nature, you know, like the the dudes that the worked on on the ships, colonial times and earlier, you know, transporting rum or wine or something in casks, barrels. Those workers, you know, frequently imbibe themselves on their own cargo. And sometimes they would die. Sometimes they would overindulge themselves and expire. No real connection to any of this, but just, you know, some fascinating trivia, I guess. But is it really that different? You know, when you have that much product available right there in front of you that you're responsible for, theoretically, supposedly, allegedly, supposedly. What's up, Keenan Grace? You know, yeah. Some people are going to engage in some fucking bullshit. That type of thing. Automobile import export, or any operations on containerized ship docks, cargo. I mean, that's the reality of human nature. And it would be no different in finance. And there are plenty of examples, but we don't ever find out about them until afterwards. So that's when you start to see these SEC actions, because something happened, somebody got scammed, and then now you're reporting it. Like it's something that already happened in the past. And there's some distance between it. That's when you start to see these actions. You're not going to see the SEC step in and say, oh, no, wait a minute. No, these guys are supposed to be rich. Whoa, hold on here. These guys are supposed to be rich. I don't know who you are, but hand over your watch, hand over your keys, your wallet. We're taking you to jail, and we're giving everything that's yours to this guy. Okay? Cool? All right, cool. No, what the hell? No. I mean, what? You want to do? They want a do-over. That's what they want. They want a fucking do-over. Like it's recess in grade school, and you're playing tetherball or whatever. I don't know. Do-over. No, Scotty, there are no do-overs. You can't. No, you missed. You totally missed it, and you fell on your ass, and you're bleeding, and you're embarrassed. But no, you can't have a do-over. No, you can't have a do-over, and no, you don't get a goddamn trophy either. You do not get a trophy. We might bust your balls a little bit too. Oh my God. Gonna bust your balls, and you'll be okay, and you'll be stronger for it, maybe even not because it'll make you, it'll harden you, make you tough in that sense, but you have to deal with things. I don't care if it's having a tetherball mishap and ending up in a puddle of mud at the end of the year field day in 6th grade or whatever, or that screwing up a simple word in the spelling bee. I didn't do that actually, but I know somebody who did. No, you can't have a do-over. It sucks. But that's life. It's fucking life. So you can dwell on it and be Uncle Rico, or you can not dwell on it and, do something else. Do something. Do something. Do something.
Even with all that being said,
all right,
I still
I'll
do
shut up now.
believe that it's people making good money in the stock market every day. It's people accumulating wealth in the stock market every day. It's people making life-changing money in the stock market. It's a lot of wealth in the stock market. You see what I'm saying? Here's the problem I think that's going on in our community. I think you got a lot of people, they placing bets, including myself. We place bets in these short squeeze plays. But not understanding short squeeze plays are a gamble. You know what we're going up against when it comes to these short squeeze plays. We're going up against 1%.
The devils.
We're going up against corruption. So these short squeeze plays, they high risk. It's a gamble. So you got to limit the amount of money, man, that we put in these short squeeze plays. You see what I'm saying? So you got retail investors. A lot of us, man, we get upset because we put our money in these short squeeze plays. The bet don't go the way we want it to go because you got dirty CEOs, you got
It
dirty
doesn't
short
matter.
sellers, and you got
It
corruption.
doesn't matter why,
And
though,
then a lot of retail investors,
because you don't know that. You know, that's mainly that's the problem. You don't know those things to be true. They haven't been proven. They can't be proven. You can believe it if you want, whatever, or you can believe that it doesn't matter and you don't know. I don't know, and I don't care. Quite frankly, IDK and IDC, that's, I mean, really, you never know. Nobody knows anything, as Tom Sosnoff says. Nobody knows anything. You know, nobody has any inside information most of the time. Some people get lucky. Some people are, you know, just good, whatever. But nobody really knows anything. You can have an advantage, yes. But, or you can have more money. That's the advantage. Having more capital. You can screw up more. If you can screw up more and get away with it, you're fucking golden. Should be, if you actually have experience that grows and broadens. And that's the problem that I see with these people and these influencers. Now, at least he's saying, hey, we know that these are a gamble. Why? Because it's manipulated and all this. None of that shit matters because you can't prove it. You'll never know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Why? It's going up, it goes up or down. Quite frankly, it doesn't matter because you don't know. All you know is there was more supply in the market. More supply in the market for whatever reason. Or more supply, less demand. That's what you see with this. More supply, less demand. And really, the big part of that to me is less demand. Less demand. Less aggressive demand. Aggressive being market orders. Market orders exhausting price levels in the order book is how the price moves, up or down. There's X number of shares available for this price. Once those are sold, you can't buy more shares at that price. You have to buy them at a higher price because the next person down has said, or the next group of participants have said together when collectively, you know, viewed as we all will accept this amount for the shares, but only this number. And then, you know, and so on and so forth. That's how your price changes. So mechanically, what causes the price to go up and down? Shares in the order book. But if you're just sitting there saying, all right, well, if the price gets to, you know, $7.49, then I'll buy 10 shares. That's not good enough. That is not good enough. The market doesn't care. Because, well, first of all, you're not even, you're just idle. You may be idle. The price may never hit that. You may never get your order filled. So that's a passive order. It's a passive order. But if, you know, you're in a situation where, for whatever reason, again, the why doesn't matter. The why doesn't matter in this line of thinking. You have to go with what there's evidence for. Is there evidence for it? Okay, we can factor it in. If there's no evidence or no data or no information, then you can't just make something up or believe what you want to believe. It's better to actually address it as an unknown and then move forward. So if you address it as an unknown and say, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that variable is. It's a complete unknown. It could be anything. I mean, that's very broad, general, vague. So it's obviously this is not as broad, general, and vague. I don't think. Anyway, yeah.
Taking the proper time out to educate themselves and to train themselves on how to trade in the market. You see what I'm saying? They look in their short squeeze plays.
The problem,
like that's the entire market.
Okay.
That's the only way you can make money.
And that's
that's the only way you can make money in the stock market. Then retail investors, because of these short squeeze plays, they get upset, they get frustrated,
emotional.
They listen to the wrong people. Then all of a sudden, man, they say, you know what? I'm done. I don't want to have nothing to do with the stock market anymore. You see what I'm saying? Because they looking at short squeeze plays as the only way of making money in the stock market.
And they probably looked at them as sure things too. Like, oh, so many people are, also in this. There's no way that it won't work out. There's no way that they'll screw all of us over. I like that one. Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah. Really? Okay. There's, and of course, the perennial favorite. The shorts haven't covered. They haven't covered. I know I've called each one of them and asked them. And they said, no, I have not covered. Nor have I closed my position. Don't you know? There's a difference. Of course, the apes know the difference. Anyway, no, there's no difference. Anyway, God, I can't believe that was actually a fucking thing. And I called it out. This is like, it's all deja vu, really, for me at this point, because everything, pretty much, there is nothing new under the sun. Let me say it that way. Pretty much everything is, at this point, is something that's been regurgitated, rehashed, refried, brought back to life. Evanescence. It got evanescenced. It got Vanessa Carlton. It got Meredith Brooks. Because, yes, I just went there because.
Man, fuck you. I think you a bitch. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Go for it.
I really understand it that really, truly, man, when you're trying to build generational wealth, you trying to get financial freedom by using the stock market, it's really a marathon. It's not a sprint, and you got to have patience. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, I mean,
take
sure.
Time out to educate yourself and to train yourself.
I'm not getting any younger though.
On how to place bets in the stock market and how to use the stock market to
place your
build
bets.
Financial freedom for you and your family. And just don't sit back
now
and just depend on.
This might be a discussion for another stream, another time, another day, another place. But financial freedom, the notion of financial freedom, is that really a thing? I don't know. It'd be interesting to look at that, because I suspect that the financial freedom industry, it makes a lot of money. Just look at our buddy Tom Vu. Tom Vu made a lot of money teaching people how to make a lot of money. So there's something about this grift that is timeless. It is timeless. It's a timeless type of thing. Anyway, I'm just all over the place.
And just don't be on social media, YouTube. This is a mistake. Being on social media all day, listening to
Yes,
Influencers
I
is
agree.
talking about stock,
See ya.
but they talk about one stock all day, a short squeeze play, and that's all you do when you're
Now,
trying to learn how to.
now he's talking about himself for about the last, I don't know, 2 years, year and a half. Because that's what he did. That's what they did. But that's what you do. Well, but it's different. It's different. Is it not?
Bet
I hope.
in the stock market and use the stock market to make money. Listen to one person all day, listen to a YouTube influencer. Then when things don't go right, you say, man, you know what? I'm getting out of stock market. Because you know you haven't properly trained yourself and educate yourself on how to make money in the stock market.
I see. I knew he was going to say that. You haven't trained yourself. Listen to this.
Man, you know what?
I'm going to let him finish the statement too, so I don't.
Because you know you haven't properly trained yourself and educate yourself on how to make money in the stock market. You just got in the short squeeze play, listen to some people on YouTube, some influencers. And things didn't go right, so all of a sudden you say, man, I don't want to be in the stock market no more.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to go back to where he says this.
One person all day, listen to a YouTube market. Then when things don't go right, bet in the stock market and use the stock market to make money. Listen to one person all day, listen to a YouTube influencer. Then when things don't go right, you say, man, you know what? I'm getting out of the stock market. Because you know you haven't properly trained yourself and educate yourself on how to make money in the stock market. You just got in the short squeeze play.
Right. So the part where he said you didn't properly train yourself on how to make money. And I say, you know, well, you know, that's okay. But hang on, let me see this. Get this here. Let's see. Hidden users. Oh, there's a lot of hidden users, but sorry, just looking through these here real quick. What? I'm not really. Huh. That's weird. Interesting. What? Hidden. I don't understand. Well. Oh. Yeah, they are. How did that happen? There's a lot of people in here that are. I don't know. It's like, how did all those people get in the hidden users list? I don't know. Like, I definitely noticed some of these names. I realize I'm not showing it, but yeah, it must be. It must be. That's all I can say. But okay, they. Oh. All right, let me save that. Okay, it's been saved, so they should be able to get through, I suppose. Yeah, what the hell happened there? I mean, maybe I should change my password. Okay.
Listen to some people on YouTube, some influencers, and things didn't go right. So all of a sudden you say, man,
yeah, well,
I don't want to be in the stock market no more. It doesn't make sense. You see what I'm saying? And let's say, man, let me say this as far as corruption. Look, man.
Corruption.
So I'm in crypto. I'm gonna make money in crypto. So I see people saying, hey man, there's corruption in the stock market. Wall Street is corrupt. I'm gonna go to crypto. Look, man, there is no industry in America where there's wealth. I don't know what field of endeavor you're gonna go into where you talking about you gonna get wealth, build financial freedom, but you ain't gonna run into some particular level of fraud. It's gonna be there. You just gotta learn how to work.
I don't think I saw Moran's rants on there.
Maneuver in order for you
Or
to
if
make
so,
money.
I
You see what I'm
removed them.
saying? And with crypto right now, really, as far as crypto is concerned, this is really the accumulation phase. Myself, along with most people, a lot of people, you know,
Accumulation.
it's about not short-term gratification at this point, long-term.
I would hope not.
People
You're gonna have to be
crypto.
some kind of
They
masochist,
saving right now. They
financial
buying crypto right
masochist.
now because they preparing for the 2025 bull run. Not necessarily about making money right now. This, in my opinion, this is the accumulation phase. That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
That's what a lot of people doing. Everybody
Accumulation of shitcoes.
2025 bull run. So are you telling me that while everybody waiting for the big money to come,
No
you
Morants.
know, when the bull run kick in, because of
When the bull
corruption,
run
because
kicked
of
in.
fraud, that's in the stock market and every other industry, that you can't make money in the stock market while you waiting to invest in the crypto. I don't care what it's XRP, I don't care what it's XLM, I don't care if it's Shiba, Cardano, whatever it is.
Shiba.
So you telling me while people are waiting
Shiba.
on those stocks to run, everybody preparing for the bull run, you can't make money in the stock market. That's what you think. Okay. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to close with this, man. This is what I think. I think anybody that's telling a retail investor that's investing in the stock market, they need to leave the stock market without telling them first. What I think you should do is go educate yourself on how to invest in the stock market. Get you some training. Listen to people that understand technical analysis. Listen to people that's actually using the stock market.
Ron just got out of jail.
Some of the people that I like,
You need a hooker? Or
I like Stock Up with Uncle Larry. I like Chris Sane. You see what I'm saying?
Chris Sane.
Some of the people, man, that I listen to. You know, people that trade every day. You know, some people don't like Review Door. I like Review Door. You see what I'm saying? You know, that I do. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, he likes Review Dork.
That I listen to on YouTube, though, they
Scotty
trade
Allen.
every day. They use the market to make money every day. Man, building wealth in the stock market is not just about short squeeze plays. I mean, people are insane. But
so he's just having this realization now, I guess. Well, better late than never. But, you know, yeah, Ron's right here. Because, yeah, it's not about short squeeze plays.
This Frankie, let me say I'm not a financial advisor.
This is the next video.
The thing that I say in this video is for entertainment purposes only. Whatever I say as for as. So I'm at work, man. I'm watching the stock price as far as GTII and Finger. And I'm watching them push the price down, which is fake. It ain't real. It's fictitious. But I'm like, man, it's all a joke. And it's like, get back. And it's
Here we go.
It's like these criminal short sellers and these bad actors. It's like they all got a universal playbook. And they all
Ooh, nice pause there.
use the same trick.
God damn it. Okay, there we go. Now, the key word that he said to me is the four-letter word, like. It's like. It's like this. It's like that. Yes, I agree. It may be seen as being like that. But again, you do not know. You do not know. If you're truly honest with yourself, search deep down inside. Deep down inside. And truly, you know, in the privacy of your, you know, special place, your special safe place, you do not know. You cannot know. And there is liberation. There is freedom in realizing that. That's the ultimate irony or paradox or whatever you want to call it. That in giving up the idea that you know and can control everything, you actually do, quote, air quotes there, but you can, you know, I don't want to use, I don't want to say manifest. I don't want to say that. But you put you seem to put yourself in situations where, you know, you will benefit because you have an open mind, you're curious, you put forth the effort. You put forth the effort honestly in that deep special place. You actually try and you care, you know, and you honestly do it. It's the best way I can put it. You know, if you're curious, naturally curious, and willing to learn and be humbled and say, you know what, I don't know anything about this, but I want to. And so, you know, if one were a religious person, they might say, Jesus, take the wheel. Can he take the wheel? Take the wheel of the book wagon. Miss Chrissinger is on my tail. But watch out for Mrs. Titcomb. Anyway, Telegram group stuff. Weird. Yeah, anyway.
Same.
But you don't know. That's what I'm getting at. You don't know, and that's okay. And it's good to be honest about that. And so, you know, push hedge funds pushing down the price, crime, all this shit. No, just no. Fake short squeeze, hopium, shitco. Are we talking about Mullen here again? I don't know. Oh, no. GTII, finger. Okay. Arm? Or, no, finger. Okay. I mean, I don't know. We might want to throw the arm. Let's throw the arm in there too. Can we throw the arm in there? All right.
Head fakes. Everybody can see what they do.
Head fakes. Head, throw the head in.
And I've seen it over and over again, just like
they're kaput. Okay, to use some head humor, they are kaput.
A lot of people may have seen it over and over again, and the only people may get tricked by what they doing to the share price right now is really just novice retail investors, new retail investors.
Novices.
You see what I'm saying?
Double novice.
The matter is, in my opinion, the short sellers, the bad actors, the criminal short sellers, they trapped in our short squeeze play. And what you're seeing, in my personal opinion,
so we got
at the ticker price.
We got another trap. Man, these short sellers, they're falling for these traps. How are they falling for these traps? I thought these were the pros. But Ham, the short killer, right? Is that who comes up with this shit? That criminal, that guy, is going to end up in jail. It's not if we're lucky, he's going to end up in jail. Yeah, we got a short squeeze play alert here. Now, investing in the market's not just about short squeeze plays. You know, this is the accumulation phase for the short squeeze play.
I guess is bad actors that is engaging in
securities fraud. Same damn shit.
Doing is
same playbook.
The price down to make it seem like retail is selling. But the trick don't work no more, but that's what they all do. They pushing the price down to try to make it seem like retail is selling, which they're not. And they trying to people out.
On one hand, you got to appreciate, you know, the dramatic interpretation, but I mean, this is just such garbage. It's such garbage. And is it possible that what he's saying is true? I mean, it certainly is one of the many combinations of circumstances that theoretically could be true, okay? But the problem is there's no evidence at all We just keep coming back to that word, evidence, proof. There's no evidence. I mean, it makes a nice story. It makes a nice narrative. But narratives are often false. Especially when, again, there's so much money on the table. I mean, and not even just like in this one, whatever, these two shit company stocks, but just in general in this type of business. There's a lot of money changing hands, you know, moving between fingers. But again, it's not money, and it's not real money, and it's not changing hands, so to speak. But there's a lot of money changing hands, you know, wink, wink.
Out of the play and getting people to panic set. They doing it all. Like I said, all of them ain't got the same head fake. You can see it coming from a mile away. We used to it.
You can see it coming for
they get. You see
a
what I'm
mile
saying?
away.
But these short sellers,
oh yeah, same exact word for word.
In my opinion, they running out of gas, man, and eventually they're gonna crash. And see, look,
I mean,
these short sellers,
and again,
they can't win every short squeeze play.
We get all this speculative, you know, all the criminals, they're trapped, yada yada yada. That whole spiel. And then just thrown in at the end, just an afterthought. It's not even an afterthought. Listen.
You can see it coming from a mile away.
All right, yeah, we're used to it.
But that's the only trick they get. You see what I'm saying? But these short sellers, man, that's in our short squeeze,
here it is.
In my opinion, they running out of gas, man, and eventually they're going to crash. And see, look.
And that's it. That's all we get.
These short sellers, they can't win every short squeeze play. They can't come out on top all the time when it comes to their bad bets. There are times
so the implication here seems to be, well, they can't win all the time. You know, we can't lose all the time. So eventually one of these short squeeze plays is going to work out. So you have to play them. That seems to be an implication here, which is complete opposite of what he said in the fucking previous fucking video. So, you know, it's good to know this guy is principled and he sticks to his fucking guns of being a degenerate gambler. Yeah, but now he's in GTII, and finger. Frankie's getting fingered. See?
Investors, we fight these short sellers.
We
trap these short sellers. We destroy.
Fight and trap. Buy and hold to fight and trap. Fight and trap. Buy and hold. You know, that's how you do it. You buy passively with limit orders. So that you are basically completely invisible to the market. You don't matter at all. You're just lumped in, you know, with a bunch of other shares whenever the price wants to get to the price that you said you'd buy it at. So that does nothing to exert any pressure whatsoever. Zero. And in fact, you could say the opportunity cost of doing that is a net negative for the stock if you wanted to. I mean, with the amount of creative math that the apes have become accustomed to, I don't think that's a stretch. To be honest, I feel comfortable making that much of an allegorical type of reference, because, you know, that is still like, you know, pocket change to their generational millions. So anyway, but you know, either way, man, so much fraud. Finger used a market maker to pump their stock and in turn open dilution, but fraud is why the stock is dropping. Of course, it's fraud. It's fraud on both sides. You know, fraud for breakfast, fraud for lunch, fraud for dinner, fraud for fourth meal. Eat, sleep, breathe, shit, fraud. It's a way of life. Fraud is a way of life. Okay, when you're this successful and wealthy and important and rich and prestigious and all these things, fraud is just a way of life. You're dyed in dye. You have to be dyed in that wool. You have to dye your wool in that concept of fraud.
For these short sellers, we take them down, man, and we get paid. And when they drop the price down like this, the only thing we do is accumulate. But see, these
theirs is accumulate for the short squeeze.
And now a short squeeze play, man, everybody know about them. They know what they do in the SEC. Like I said in the other videos, they know.
Everybody knows.
They know. The FBI know. Even the Depository Trust came out and said they know that Alpine, which is a prime broker, they know they got a naked short position in GTII. They know
GTII.
You see what I'm saying? So it ain't like people don't know
true?
What these bad actors are doing. So what I would say, man, if you're in our short squeeze play, when you look at, man, the share price, don't worry about it, man. It's all fake. Don't get upset. Don't get frustrated. Don't get discouraged. Don't get dismayed. Don't be dismayed.
Don't get dismayed.
Our short squeeze
Don't be
play,
dismayed.
Nothing has changed. The story with our short squeeze play has not changed. Everything is still like it is. In my opinion, it's still a short. There's still GTII and Finger are short squeeze plays that I feel like can bring life-changing money. The shorts are trapped, and we're not leaving. They haven't covered. We're not leaving, man, until they cover their position. That's it. Ain't nothing changed. Because, this.
The thing about myths, this is interesting. So, oh yeah, the ambulance chaser. Like when the Romans would conquer another people, another civilization, they would come in and install their Roman stuff, and they take over the the state, government affairs and whatnot, and things like public holidays, religious holidays, for the original country. And they would come in and they would keep the holidays and just change the name, change the it used to be the whatever Persian holiday, now it's the Roman holiday. So you don't have to really do anything different. We'll make it easy for you. It's the same day. It's the same day, which change a couple words, and it's like not really that different. So we want you to be happy. We don't want you to revolt. We want you to submit. We want you, we want peaceful transition. We want to do a peaceful, transition of coup. Right? So that's how you end up with, by the time it, rolled around, shit like Christmas, which has elements of all number of ancient mythological god men figures, and plenty of pagan influence as well, right? From the Roman traditions, from the Germanic traditions, etc. For example, right? So it's highly abstracted from what it originally was, and it wasn't even originally one thing. It's an aggregate of a bunch of different things from a bunch of different cultures. Okay, enough of that. This is kind of like that in a way. We have the same narrative, the same shit, naked shorts, criminal pushing the price down, engaging in bad behavior, if you're Donahue George. All the same elements. I'm surprised I haven't heard short ladder attacks. Haven't heard that lately. Maybe they're not using them anymore. Maybe they realized the apes figured that out, and the apes figured out how to pull the ladder out from underneath them. I don't know. But that's what it is. It's the same. It is these parasites, okay, It's these parasites, these grifters, these pumpers, probably in some cases criminal pumpers, pushing this nonsense garbage narrative again and again. Oh, there's naked shorts. I can't prove it. I can't show you. I have no proof. But clearly there are, because it's a shitty company and the stock price is going down. Listen to what you're fucking saying. It's a shitty company. Oh, that's what I'm saying. Okay? You could look at AMC. You could look at fucking GameStop. You could look at Bed Bath & Beyond. Oh my God. These are not successful ventures, okay? And at some point, and that point, who knows when, but at some point, reality will take over it, because, you know, maybe that's a belief, maybe that's a hope, maybe that's, you know, it probably is in most cases, you know, you could show it with evidence that bubbles burst. Bubbles burst. They don't keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger infinitely. There is no infinite. There is no infinite when it comes to, you know, modern finance. Nobody has an infinite amount of anything. So, infinite liquidity, it's, you know, that's not really what it is. It's not really what it is. And everybody would rather, and they don't know it, but they would find out very fast, I'm sure. Everybody would appreciate, I believe, most people would probably appreciate payment for order flow and the off-exchange revolution, if you will, free trading, quote-unquote, free trading, and quote-unquote infinite liquidity, because it improves the quality of the market. It makes the cost to trade less. Yes, there is a cost. It's not free. Nothing's free. Nothing's free. But it's minimized. Oh yeah, this guy over here has doesn't really have a monopoly, but this guy over here makes a lot of money selling our trade or buying our trades from brokers, these fake brokerage applications like Webull and Robinhood and Moomoo, these technology companies that have a front end, basically a front end to places like Citadel and Virtu. They're the nice front end, and Citadel, Virtu, etc. Wholesalers, they're the back end. It's, you know, and it's kind of, you know, they compete, or they you know, whoever is going to pay the most, you know, obviously Robinhood will do business with. So who's offering the most for whatever stock or option trades, in somewhat of a little, you know, essentially a market. That's the idea, anyway. Whether it actually works like that, who knows? But that's the idea. And, you know, because of the natural, you know, law of supply and demand and whatnot, that market becomes efficient. And, you know, accessible and efficient for, you know, most participants, and probably more participants than it would otherwise, for sure. So, you know, I just don't really see, you know, especially as, you know, somebody who's not, somebody who's not a professional, like myself, but is curious and, wants to really kind of get into the actual, details and pause the videos and question the shit and try to make sense of what these people are saying. I just don't, I'm not getting that. I'm not getting that from these people. And it's frustrating because you have somebody like Frankie who in one breath says, hey, the short squeeze plays, they ain't all that. That's one thing you can do. You can accumulate for the long term for the 2025 bull run. Okay, great. But then that person turns around and in the next breath, they're pushing, a pump and dump short squeeze fucking play. Two of them. Twofer. It's a twofer. 2 in 1. Look at this. Because short sellers are trapped. You can't know that. And every other time that they've said that, these pumpers have said this, somehow the short sellers, I don't know, they figure out a way to weasel themselves out of it. Or they were never trapped in the fucking first place, and you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You're repeating a narrative that you don't understand because you're ignorant. It's the blind leading the blind to slaughter. And, look at your goddamn portfolio. If you think I'm wrong or being an asshole or whatever, a shill, look at your fucking portfolio. I mean, and if you have the fucking nerve to sit and call me a shill, you're, and you think that you can recover from a 70, 80% loss on a stock that, it's been diluted a little bit. It'll be diluted more. It's just, there's so many things. Fundamentally, it's not, no, it was never fundamentals. It was never fucking fundamentals. Never. It was never fundamentals. Came for the MOAS, stayed for the fundamentals. And, that's dumb. Like, that is retarded, okay, for real. Because now you're taking something that was originally something else and you're trying to put that on because you need the holiday to be the same. But it's not. It's not the same this time. It's totally different. But you want it to be. So you think it's Easter. It's not. It's fucking Rosh Hashanah or Eid whatever. It's been a minute on the Muslim holidays. Anyway, like, it's like, it would be like trying to use a goddamn Apple disk in an IBM computer. I'm talking 5 1/4 inch. Try putting an Apple II disk in a fucking IBM PC. See how far you get. It's not compatible. That's like trying to take your short squeeze play and turn it into a fundamental play. And it could be a fundamental investment, sure. But, I mean, why are you talking about a MOAS? Why are you talking about short squeeze? I mean, this is getting a little bit ridiculous. I mean, it's been ridiculous for the last 2 years, so I can't say that. But, all right, anyway, pagan Halloween. Yeah, there you go. You think it's Easter, but it's Halloween. Okay, that's a bit different. Okay, or you think it's Halloween, but it's fucking Easter. Now that one, you roll in to, I don't know why you'd be going to church on Halloween. You thought there was a sock hop or something. I don't know, but but it's actually Easter, yeah, you're going to get your ass handed to you in some form or another. AMC War Against Citadel. War Against Citadel. Oh, that sounds like a one that you can win. I tell you, that's a rags over riches, ragtag, scrappy ass army story right there. That's a comeback story. That is a motivational film. That's a Lifetime movie of the week right there. The Apes War Against Citadel. The cruise controlled crash. It's a cruise controlled crash. It's been on cruise control. It's been on autopilot. Think about it. It's been on fucking autopilot. Buy and hold, buy and hold. Shorts haven't covered. That's the drone of the autopilot. Mindless. While they're in the back jerking off, the plane is flying itself into the mountain actively. But you don't know. Because you're not looking out the fucking window or the radar screen. You're in the back jerking off your buddy. Talking about how rich you're going to be and how you're going to make this guy go to jail because you're right and he's a criminal. And you trusted the DD. Oh yeah, I know how to program this autopilot. Ooh, let me program it. Okay. You know what you're doing, right? Yeah. It's a cruise-controlled, autopilot-guided, self-destructive catastrophe. Period. It's a complete fucking disaster. And they don't even realize it. And they're actively, seemingly, if you believe them, which 49% don't, they're still buying into it and other speculative nonsense. I mean, can you make this shit up? You can't make this shit up. Now, I need to find this little bit here. So I've been waiting for this one. So I have heard that there was a meltdown. I haven't seen it. I would like to. So sorry.
Running from bears. Good morning, sir.
What's going on, man?
I'm doing well.
Oh, we got So he's doing call-ins now, doing a talk show type theme here. Okay, cool. This is it's all the rage now.
You're on the channel right now. What's up?
I'm on the channel. Yeah, Mr. Talks, man. I didn't like how our last. I like to live my life with.
I'm just gonna.
I didn't like how our last talk ended.
I'm just gonna.
We'll just
mute myself.
We'll just
listen to it.
I'm down. I'm always down to talk. What's going on, brother?
Not much. I thought, since the quarterly earnings and we're out, and I didn't. Like I said, I think, I know when I talk about accounting, I sound pretty bearish overall because that's how kind of nerdy as accountants talk. But I didn't mean to.
Oh, he's an accountant. That's great.
Kind of how I talk. It seemed like something like sideways.
Oh fuck.
So I know we all want the best for GameStop. It's just I think I come at it a little differently, and then inherently it's a little more bearish, right? But
I think my biggest deterrence from what you said in the Discord, and just so everyone's clear that's here, a lot of people were there, a lot of people heard or read, was that you were critical of the leadership and the lack of transparency. But you did it from the stance of you're able to question when you invest. And no one said that you weren't able to do it. My biggest thing was, if we know the plan and it has been told, what is there to question? Putting out the thought and or just a little bit enough of doubt can deter someone from making a choice to say. Certainly when they respect the words that you say. Running, you've had a great presence from the stance of Bed Bath & Beyond, GameStop, fundamentally sound investing, and the actual balance sheet. Like you have you have footing, right? Which you say people really react to. So when I saw you speaking that way in the Discord, it was more along the lines of, well, you know damn well what the plan is. I've been speaking on the plan for the last 2 years. So I thought it was a backhanded statement at me, as in to say, you know what? I don't care if Marantz has been right for 2.5 years and they're going the right direction. This is the negative of it. And we can all point out the negatives, but the negative is that people just don't want to sit back and watch it happen. They want to get it now. They want answers now. The hell with that. I don't. I think the trailing 12, I think that they're going to be amazing. I think that they already are profitable. And I think the net position is going to show that within these next 2 quarters. So you being the math guy that you are and the balance sheet guy, would you agree?
Yeah, let's talk about that. It wasn't out of place of disrespect. And I do, like, all my conversations are more meant for, hey, this is what I've seen in my experience. Let's talk about it. Right? Because I don't know everything, but this is what I've seen. And if I get stuff out there, like we get different thoughts going around and stuff I had considered, right? Like I did a post on Reddit about Q2, and I had a lot of good insight from people just dropping comments. So I like that part. Where I was struggling is, it felt like, accountants talk a different way, right? Because the nature of accounting is like, I can't talk in full statements like 100% this, that, because like it's impossible to audit every transaction. So that's why I say, 50, 70, 90%, which are the common like accounting thresholds. But I guess I kind of struggled too with, it seemed like everyone was okay with me, basically from an accounting standpoint, talking Bed Bath at AMC. But then I don't feel like my questions were too harsh on GameStop management, because it's, we just, all the stuff that we know about the NFTs, the marketplace, the digital sales transition, those have honestly kind of fallen flat, right? And even with Zelda and Diablo, they were up Q2 over Q2, but year to date we're down like 5%. Right? And if you take out Zelda and Diablo, and I've got questions, right? So the looked really soft on top of that. And yeah, the balance sheet is solid, but I did transition my kind of line of thought, because GameStop said they're going full year profitable. So it's no longer okay for me to want a company to shove a bunch of cash into the mattress.
Well, they're getting paid off of that. So
right, but if we're just going to park it in a bond, that's going to get you a bank valuation. All of us signed up for a bank valuation, right? Let's go out and M&A this. Let's grow revenue. Let's do something, right? The gross margin improvements are impressive, but it's largely being offset by the decline of revenue, and the collectibles is going soft. And it's like, well, I'm struggling with that math a little bit.
Well, I'm just curious, what world do you live in? Do you live in the world right now where the Fed's coming out in 2 days and really increase rates again, and they're pausing, increasing? You're getting essentially 1/8 of a point increase every month. That's the world we live in. So if they were to go and start spending money and start, acquiring things and showing a transition, that's not the smartest thing to do. To show nothing and to sit on your hands and sit on the cash is the right move. That right there alone tells me. Everyone's looking from a metric standpoint. Like, show me the sheet and show me what it is. Like, you're talking about soft line sales. You're talking about this collectibles being down. All that. The whole world's down. So yeah, I'm okay with the number being down, but what are you doing to offset that? They're closing down shop in Europe, and which you want to do because the conversion of the U.S. dollar helps them. They're going to mature come quarter 3. They have the maturities themselves on what the bonds are yielding right now, which is the smart thing to do. They're not just running a shop. They're not just running cogs, right? They're actually running a bank per se, where they have 1.2 billion and they've got to let their money mature and make them money during this time frame. So they're money managers as in addition to being product managers. So I think that they have a great scope and cusp on it all. When I see Larry Chang's tweets, and you look at Larry Chang's tweets, and he says, the gross margin versus revenue growth, this is one of the most offsetting indicators when people say, well, are you really growing? Are you really, is it really transitioning this way? He says, growth is not it, and the revenue is not it. That's not the telling indicator. That whenever you're looking at no, it can't be. It can be if you're trying to.
It can be. It's a top figure. Accountants put it at the top of the statement.
But you're
looking
looking
from
an accountant standpoint. That's the whole point, right? If you're looking from an accountant
revenue generates cash,
but you're not looking from a value standpoint. You're not looking from a value.
Neither are you, because you're arguing. Neither are you, because you're arguing. Well, they're going to get 2% on bonds. Like, okay, great. Then slap a bank valuation on it and call it a day. That's not.
But you can tailor market for what they call shareholder equity. That's the bottom line. It's not revenue, right? So when you go through and you say revenue, what's the profit of this? No, shareholder equity. What is the company actually worth? That's the value of the company, not the balance sheet, the plus and the minus, and what you get. You know, I give you this example.
No, I know.
It's not about how many yards I throw. It's not about how many yards I throw, and it's not about how many points I score. You see, if you're looking at football from a football standpoint, the top scoring team in the whole world, oh, look at how many points they scored. But no, did they win? Did they win the games? Because you can score a whole bunch of points and lose.
Football, yeah, but they lost $300 million last year. That's a pretty strong. If we're going to talk win-loss, let's talk net income. Then they're still losing money.
Let's talk net. Let's talk net. Let's talk net, because you're talking about cash flows versus income itself. Think about it. They have a cash burn of $30 million year over year. $30 million after everything's said and done, and they've lost 300 operational. They have a $30 million burn off. What are we talking about?
Let's talk about that though. Let's talk about it. It's good. It's valid comment. Now, if you look at the cash flow statement and you start with a $300 million net loss and you're trying to get to cash flow positive, the only way you're going to do that is if you're going to have pickups on your balance sheet. And we see that because they didn't buy the inventory, drew down, which saves you cash, and AP also was not paid as much down, right? Which is fine through the holiday season, totally normal for a retail. So yeah, it took a $300 million loss.
I have to say, I questioned, obviously, but specifically on these earnings, called him out because, no. You say you know how to read a financial statement. That can't be the case. I mean, it's not the case. It is not the case. And I am not an accountant. So I feel a little vindicated here. It's kind of nice. But I mean, Schadenfreude, I guess, or something. But I just say, we knew that balance sheet. Anyway, potato phone guy. There's so many of these clowns. It's hard for me to keep them all straight. But anyway, this is fantastic so far.
Or outlay of cash, and it got you closer to a net zero cash outlay. But until you address the net loss, it's very hard to go sustainably cash flow positive until you go net income positive, because the statement of cash flow starts with net income, right? And otherwise, you're just trying to dig out a hole.
Listen, you're on the wrong side of history. You're on the wrong side of history. You can come in with your meltdown attitude about it, and you're all.
I'm still long.
Listen to me. I don't care if you're long. You're long on an investment, but you're not long on GameStop. There's a big difference.
I don't care if you're long. You're not acting like a cult member. That's what he's saying. I mean, it's like, I don't care if you're long. It's not about that. You don't have the attitude. Okay, look, you're not one of us. Okay, you don't belong here. Clearly, you don't belong here. You're here for a long-term investment. But you're not here for GameStop. I mean, what the fuck is he saying? This is some delusional fucking shit. I got to go back and hear that.
Until you go net income positive, because the statement of cash flow starts with net income, right? And otherwise, you're just trying to dig out a hole.
Listen, you're on the wrong side of history.
You're on the wrong side of history. Okay. What in the fuck? Like, okay. Let me give you my opinion about your position on the right or wrong side of history. Great.
You're on the wrong side of history. You can come in with your meltdown attitude about
your meltdown attitude. Listen to this condescending, fucking smarmy piece of tub of margarine here. Jesus Christ.
You're all
I'm still long.
Listen to me. I don't care if you're long. You're long on an investment, but
I don't care if you're long. Condescending motherfucker. What a fucking douche.
Long on GameStop. There's a big difference here.
Listen to that.
About it, and you're all.
I'm still long.
Listen to me. I don't care if you're long.
Listen to me. Listen to me. You listen to me. You want to be a member of this cult? That's not how you act, buddy.
You're long on an investment, but you're not long on GameStop. There's a big difference here.
No, there's not, motherfucker. Wow.
There's a difference.
You're going to take your profit and run. There's a big difference here because I'm going to tell you something. You're talking out 165 days too early out of your ass because in 165 days, that's going to be 2 quarters from now, you're going to see what this T12 really is. You're going to.
I mean, okay. That's not based on fact. That's based on your belief. It's based on your hope. That's based on your faith in Ryan Cohen. That's ridiculous, but that's your right to be based on that. Okay. But, I mean, what we have here, yeah, facts versus emotions. I mean, that's what it comes down to. Facts versus emotions. That's so clear. This is such a great example. I mean, this really is a great example of, you know, evidence versus well, imagination, I think.
See what Q4 really does for a balance statement. You're going to see the.
I'm just going to let it play. I'm going to shut up now.
Last year versus this year, you're absolutely out of your mind. You're out of, and you're so wrong on it. Yet you can't be factually wrong. No, I'm talking about percentages, right? Think about it. You say you talk and you can't talk in matter of facts. But yeah, I'm the same guy that came out and said,
if you're gonna play fundamentals, are we playing fundamentals or not? Because you start talking fundamentals, and all of a sudden I can't see the forest for the trees. Like, which is it, man?
You can't. Okay, so $100 million swing quarter to quarter. Yeah, you can. No, it's so easy for you to stand here today and say the shit you're saying. It's like this. It's like you. I'm telling you, I always refer back to sports. It's like having the best recruiting class and the best draft class, whatever it be. But then in preseason, you're like this. No, I haven't seen them play yet. They haven't proven it. They haven't done it. It's like they're going to. They're going to play the damn games.
Preseason,
you got to see how it happens.
We're at halftime, man.
No, we're not at halftime. You are.
Q2.
You are.
Q2 is half for the year. Like,
the game hasn't even started
yet. We're looking
yet.
at annual basis.
What? Are we? Hold on. Let me ask you. Are we in a bull market? Is the market up and running? Is the economy thriving right now? No. Interest rates are sky high.
At 430. I don't know.
Right. Interest rates are sky high. And you're going to tell me that inflation is not upon you. No, we're not on the equal playing field right now.
I never said that.
No, I'm just telling you.
If we're...
It's not halftime. You're playing. You're doing one game at a time, and I'm doing a whole season. You're playing it out.
No, I'm taking management's words. No, we're trying to take management's words, and are they tracking? And if I look down the road, I have concerns, right? Like I never said Q2 has good things. Like I said that I did a big post about it. It's fine. It's just there's some long-term concerns. I have things I want to like answers on. We probably won't get them, but we're just kind of left with the numbers, right? At the end of the day, the numbers are the numbers. Right?
That's the bearish stance, right? I mean, that's just what we're doing. We're just going to say that you have long-term concerns because the math doesn't work out for you. Imagine being me 2 years, 3 years in, and I'm telling you the math will get there one day. The Wall Street will catch up one day. And I already said how it's going to happen. You know how it's going to happen. Yet you come in here and feed out this shit. No way.
What?
No, let me tell you something, Bears.
What a narcissist. I mean, that's delusional. To sit there and say, you know what Wall Street's going to do in 2 to 3 years. Go fuck yourself. You have officially lost your fucking mind. I mean, and if you actually believe that, I mean, who in the fuck would have any fucking shred of respect for such an egotistical fuck? I mean, the proof is in the fucking pudding. And, I mean, come on. What a joke. Are you serious?
Okay.
This is not real.
No, it's not.
There's no way this is real.
I took a lot of time.
You took a lot of time to do what?
Like, I spent a lot of time in Discord really trying to educate people. Like, hey, I never said this is the end all be all, right? I said, let's just talk about the stuff. Here's what I think. And everyone was fine with on Bed Bath and AMC. I'm talking no different.
No, because here's what you're doing, and I'm going to explain to you what you're doing.
You're hurting my feelings.
And it's the most easiest way
messing
to do it.
with the cult.
Come from a think tank. that goes on Reddit, and you guys have your platforms and you guys talk it out there. But when you come here to this platform, this has more visibility for you. So when you're going to talk about it this way, certainly I give you this footing. But I talk in certainties, i.e. Bed Bath & Beyond's going under, it's done. It doesn't look good, it looks bearish.
Yeah, because
it's going down, it's going over because
he's not a fucking conservative fucking chode like you, okay? Like, I'm sorry, not all conservatives are like this, but Marantz is a black and white thinker. He is a fixed mindset type of guy. It's either this or it's that. Simple. It's either that or this. It's not going to change. Things don't change. People don't change. Nothing changes. It's successful. It is a success. Oh, it looks like, it doesn't look like it right now. You'll see. It's an idealistic way of thinking. It's a very boxed in way of thinking. His manifestation of it is pathological, for sure, but doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. But this is terrible. This is in my opinion, and I would say a lot of people might maybe agree. This is a terrible way to be. It's a terrible fucking way to be. Like, he's just a bad person, unfortunately. Believes he's winning the argument. Wow.
That tells you so. AMC, they can never get outside of that balance sheet. It's done. It will be done in time. You're going to see all the gymnastics in the world. But it's done. It's baked. And they've lost 99% of their equity. And same thing with everyone else that put into Bed Bath & Beyond. GameStop's not that. Yep. But yet you come in here.
Never said it was.
You come in here saying, Marantz, I want to talk it out. Hey, I'm going to tell you this with the most respect. Fuck you and the way you do your math and the way you speak.
Wow.
I don't walk on
what an asshole.
The amount of respect I give you to let you say the shit you say, to put out 6 months, we're not doing this, all the bearish stance, that's not what this is. You're a grown-ass man that knows the difference. It's like going...
Yeah, and you're a grown-ass man who cannot have anybody tell you anything that isn't something that you already fucking believe, or you lose your fucking shit. You lose your shit like a little boy. You are a fucking little boy, Marantz. You are a fucking little boy. A fat little boy. You're a chubby little boy who has to get his way. Okay? And it's not cute. It is not cute. You are not a cute little boy either. You are a fucking terror. Okay? You're a problem fucking child. You are ruining people's lives. Without a doubt. You are ruining people's lives with your bullshit. I mean, dude. Remember when, I know everybody here probably does. We fact-checked him on a couple items. Finer points of market structure. Okay? Short volume. Short exempt volume. These type of things. Oh, he didn't like that. He lost his shit. Nope, we're wrong. Yeah, no. And that was the end of any, congeniality towards this cretin. Not interested in facts, not interested in evidence. Clearly. Fuck you and the way you do your numbers. What does that mean? It means you're hurting my feelings. You're saying bad things about my lemonade stand. Mom! What the fuck? What a fucking little fucking child. Oh my God. Wow.
To you and saying, hey, you want to work at a company for what, a decade and finally find value in yourself, in your home, in your life? Or, you know what? It's year one. I'm not the fucking CEO. So you know what? It's bullshit. I call this bullshit company. No, work for your fucking money. Work for this investment. See what it is. And if you can't get past 6 months, if you can't get past 2 years, then you should have never been here anyway. Go be a day trader. Go write the options you write. But that's what you've been doing. You've been writing out this the whole time, selling it off to the people as being bearish, and yet you have a Discord. What, 1,000 people here. There's 1,000 people in this Discord.
Q3 review, man.
13,000 people that watch this show, and you're going to tell me
13,000.
Just put it out there just to keep it real. No, you're not. Do you see Larry Chang putting out
Yeah.
tweets every day to tell you the complete opposite of what you just said?
Wasn't he long on Carvana? That's the same guy we're talking about,
He's
right?
not,
Didn't he say
he's not
Carvana was a
long
good
on
company, the same
Carvana.
guy?
Long on Carvana would be him buying in and being on the board of directors. Oh, wait, that's what he is for GameStop.
Have we looked at his past companies, though? Like, I thought Lynn sent you some stuff, didn't he?
Yeah, it wasn't Carvana. Do your due diligence, please.
What the fuck? Do your due diligence, please. What a dickhead.
You're the smart guy. You came in here.
Man, look, we got sideways.
I didn't get sideways.
Look, man, I'm not.
This is who I am. This is who I am.
Yeah, you're an asshole. You're a fucking asshole. That's who you are.
Cussing me out. If you're cussing me out, that feels sideways to me.
It should feel that. You should feel that way though, because you're the weasel
I do this for a
laughing,
living. This is
snickering
not
at the fact
emotional.
that you
This
post
isn't-
something. It's like that nervous little laugh.
What the fuck? I mean, wow. Oh my God. This guy's married. This guy has fucking kids. Fuck me. Idiocracy at fucking work here. This is some idiocracy level fucking retardation.
You do.
Hey, Cletus, you shouldn't have had fucking kids, bro. Oh my God.
Not fair. It's not fair that you're the smartest guy in the room when you're walking through these
I'm not
rooms.
the smartest guy in the room.
Oh, I
No.
promise you.
But okay, let's address this elephant here. He keeps saying he's the smartest guy in the room. Smartest guy in the room. Clearly, he doesn't feel that way. He doesn't believe that, does he? If he truly believed he was the smartest guy in the room, wouldn't he listen to what he was saying and actually take it to heart? Instead, he's doing whatever he's doing, reacting like a little. It's not even a little boy. I mean, no offense. You know, this is just so childish.
I promise you. But when you walk into the room with everyone else in the Discord and or you push out what you put out on Reddit, yeah, we know you have posts and you review balance sheets, but this is deeper than a balance sheet. That's the point.
Okay, I hope
It's deeper than a balance sheet, which means that you can't prove it with numbers, because if you could, you wouldn't say something like it's deeper than a balance sheet, which means you have no proof, you have no evidence, you have subjective feelings and opinions that are not substantiated. They're not objective. They're not discrete. You have feelings and beliefs and hopes. Oh, 2 quarters from now, it will be whatever. Yeah. Okay. Sure. But what else is going to happen in those 2 quarters that you're not accounting for? Because that's the way the world works. It doesn't go according to fucking plan. You fucking 45-year-old fucking piece of shit. And for him to act like this and push this garbage that you can predict what Wall Street's going to do in 2-3 years. Yeah, right. Okay, sure. Sure. Give me a fucking break. What the fuck? Overinvested and wants to hide his head in the sand. I mean, if he wants to do that, he's not doing a fucking good job. Like, he should just shut the fuck up. I mean, anytime this guy opens his mouth, anytime, it seems like it's like a cartoon. He's like a cartoon. It's a fucking caricature. It's like an over-exaggerated fucking cartoon of himself. Like, it's just absurd. Came for a squeeze, fucked up, and stayed for the non-fundamentals. Came for a squeeze, stayed for the NFT marketplace, and was forced into G-America 2.0.
Wait, if we're talking fundamentals, it's still valid. Like,
it is valid. So then tell me how I'm wrong on T12. Tell me how I'm wrong. Because you're 80 days away from getting your shit pushed in right now on the info that's coming out. There's no way. I've already broken it down.
No, I agree. I said a Q4 was objectively good, but my concern with Q4, if I look down the road, it's like, okay, they had a good quarter. Revenue was up in a tough environment, all that good stuff. Margins were up. It's all there. But if I look forward, I've got concerns that stuff keeps getting soft and we're have this higher than normal valuation. Then I want to see that the SG&A continues. I want to see that revenue.
Okay, hold on. So GameStop has a double beat on the market, right? And that's soft. In addition to having a double beat on the market itself, just Q2, Q3 set up for even a better run.
I mean, double beat? Who cares? I mean, at the end of the day, your data point is that they beat the Wall Street analyst predictions for earnings per share and for revenue. They beat those. I mean, but okay, you're talking about like unofficial, objective, like unofficial, in the sense that it doesn't hold anything. It's just what the analysts are saying based on their analysis. Opinions, analysis. So a double beat, I mean, okay, that's good for you, I guess, but what does it really mean? What does it mean? And they get a gold star, they get some kind of extra points. Like, no.
And you're worried about what happened 2 quarters ago? Like, I don't run it back. I don't live my life in the past. I see what's coming forward. And when you say, oh, well, I don't know what's going to happen, it's going to look soft on you because you don't understand that they're shrinking their footprint, that they're doubling down on what they do. That's why software sales were up. You think it's just 2 games?
They're shrinking their footprint. They're doubling down on what they do. Most people, when they say double down, they're not doubling down. They're not doubling down. They might be telling themselves they are, but the amount of time that people actually, anything is actually doubled down. I mean, think about how many times you actually double down in blackjack. You don't really double down that much. But, I mean, just like from a statistical standpoint, it's not even really an option most of the time. So, and then strategically, you don't double down on every time. And it depends on the circumstances. Anyway,
Drive this market? You don't think it's an industry thing? You don't think people actually want physical copies? Tell me why digital copies and physical copies cost the same amount.
Wow, he's all over the place.
What people want to pay for. They don't want to download something they actually want the product itself.
What percentage of digital sales, what percent of game sales do they count for? Like 70 to 80%?
You wouldn't know the difference. You wouldn't know because they don't tell you that metric. GameStop doesn't.
No, I do know because it's kind of concerning.
You're doing an industry-wide thing, right?
Stuff.
Where Nintendo doesn't promote the online aspect of selling, of digital. They promote the actual physical copies, and Nintendo's up. And then you go ahead and look at PlayStation, and guess what? They all have to partner up with GameStop because it's the #1 destination for gamers. Or is $6 billion not that much? It's just not, apparently.
Is it? It's down 5% year over year. Like it's
and how many stores did they close?
Oh,
they're actually making more money per store. Their money per store. Per capita, they're making more money.
Per capita.
So what's the next move when if we maximize gross margin and we've cut our stores to the bone and revenue keeps slipping?
The revenue doesn't keep slipping. It's an inverse. It's an
inverse.
It's the switch out. It's the burnout. It's I close a store.
Switch out the burnout
online, and that's the ratio.
What?
And maybe they know that metric better.
They've already kind of abandoned online.
They haven't abandoned online. It's called e-commerce.
Wow.
They were going back to brick and mortar. Like that's.
Are they opening more stores? Did I miss something? Did they have an increase in open stores?
Retail.
They didn't have an increase in open stores. They closed more stores. Closed 168 stores last year just domestically. So you tell me exactly how they're increasing the brick and mortar. Just because you heard that narrative somewhere on StockTwits doesn't mean it's really happening. You have to look at it this way. Oh, they just have 2 fulfillment centers for no reason. 2 fulfillment centers for no reason on opposite ends of the country. Pennsylvania and Nevada. But that was just for what? For storage?
That's a good question. I can't tell because like inventory is still kind of high. Like
inventory's supposed to be high. They're going into Q4. It's supposed to be high. They're getting ready for Black Friday.
God, he's such a fucking asshole.
Q2.
Look at it what they did last year. They pumped it up in Q3.
Oh yeah, right. That's why they have so much inventory. Yes, in Q2 because they're getting ready for Q4. What? This guy is so ridiculous. This is so fucking great.
Q2. Yes, they did it this time. And what did they do? They came out net negative, what, $2 million? You're making my point for me.
Because I know what everybody wants come Christmas time. a bunch of fucking inventory from Q2. What is wrong with this fucking guy? Oh my god. Oh my, just another fucking moron who has no fucking business sense whatsoever. I mean, Jesus Christ. Exactly. Let's hoard last season's items and yeah, we can what God. What is this is GameStop. I mean, it sounds like a fucking flea market the way.
They don't have to pump up the inventory, and guess what? Now they're positive 50 million. That 50 million that they spent on inventory this quarter, they didn't have to. The additional, I'm saying. No. But hey, what do I know?
Yeah,
I only know October is one of the greatest months for games coming out right now, but you wouldn't know because you're not a gamer. But I'll leave it at that.
You wouldn't.
I like City Skyline, man. I'm
Yeah,
count.
you play
games.
marbles. That's what you do. You play marbles and shoots and
I like
ladders.
Fallout 4.
Yeah.
I like City Skyline.
Says the guy who's acting like the child. I mean, he said that the other guy's proven his point. I mean, dude.
Fallout.
City.
What is this? What are we, 5 years ago? The games you're playing? I'm telling you right now.
Ad hominem, because that's all you got. Because all you can do is insult somebody for the games that they like. Yep, nice.
Listen, Bears.
What an asshole.
You're living up to your name right now. There is nothing that you can say that's going to deter that balance sheet. You can talk all the shit you want.
Oh, fuck.
That math is going to come out on the other side. And I mean, wrong.
That's the thing. Talking shit. He's not talking shit. That is so, like, I can't get over that. He's doing the exact same thing. The exact same fucking thing that all the AMC Muppets did and continue to do. They won't hear anything else. He is no different. No different. Marantz Rants is no different. He is an AMC grifter at his core. Oh, I don't care if he's not long. It doesn't matter if you're not long on AMC. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're not long on AMC. It doesn't matter if you are long on GameStop. You got nothing. Wow. When you have to insult somebody's taste in games. Wow, that's retarded.
That you can say that's going to deter that balance sheet.
Nothing that you can say is going to deter the balance sheet. Balance sheet, it is all-knowing, it's all-present, it's all-powerful. You can do nothing. I mean, it's God, essentially. It is God. It is God. Okay?
You can talk all the shit you want. That math is going to come out on the other side. And I'm long. Fuck you.
I'm not talking shit, man. I'm just here to a different.
You're not here to do
opinion,
shit.
man.
You're here to punch out the bullshit. That's what you're here to do. And when I say fuck you, it's a term. It's a love. This is how men talk to each other.
No, it's not.
Fuck out of you. You're full of shit. That's a loving thing. Now, if we're in a boardroom somewhere and we're having a conversation,
too, Moon Man.
hey, if you want to be politically correct and we're having this corporate talk, then we're going to have it. And yeah, and I'll talk to you with all the respect in the world. But when you come into my background and my playground here, and you're going to tell everybody, no, they should be leery. They should be aware.
How foolish can you get? I mean, that right there should disqualify somebody from having this type of platform. If you're sitting there saying, here's somebody who actually knows what they're talking about, okay? I've seen the picture. I know what this guy does. And he does not push numbers around. He does not push numbers around for a living. And you treat them like this? I don't. You could say that this is how men talk. No, it's not. That is not how people who respect each other speak to one another. I mean, that's not how someone who respects someone else talks to another person who has experience and knowledge in the thing that you're talking about. There's no humility. There's no appreciation. There's no respect. And these are all signs of narcissism and, probably some other shit. I'm not a mental health professional, but goddamn. And And it's doing his viewers a disservice. It's doing his viewers a disservice. You know, I mean, yeah, you don't talk to anyone like this. You don't talk to people that you disagree with like this, really. I mean, it's like the hallmark of true discourse. You know, and that's why it's so hard to have these conversations with the apes, because you can't have a true discourse. You can't. You know, we'll listen. We'll listen. But the other side has to listen too. So Marantz is an ape. Make no mistake about it. He is an absolutely 100% a silverback ape. He's proving it. He has proved it here. Nothing that you can say, fuck you, I don't care if you're long. Yeah, he's 100% an ape. 100%. A quintessential ape. Exemplary. You know, poster child. Poster ape. 100%. The I know, you don't know. I can't point to a fact, but trust me, bro. It's all there. It's all there.
Oh, man, I've always enjoyed the way you talk. I've never told you to change. I've always enjoyed your kind of rough and tumbleness. Like I can never do that, and I respect. You do a better job.
Well, that's a good question. Let's talk about that. That's a good point.
Yeah, that's my line, man.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
I talk like a huge nerd. That's why I like talking to you, because you inject some humor into this stuff. Because otherwise, I'm just a guy doing accounting.
You're gonna be boring
and
as
it's
shit.
dry, man.
Yeah, I know. You're gonna be dry and
boring as shit.
I've seen you review your stuff. It's okay.
It's boring.
Just know
I have some
the economy's going to come crashing down. Okay, the UAW strike is going to affect this economy. This whole thing's going to come tumbling down.
Yeah, and GameStop's going to fucking tumble with it.
Planet. And when it's all said and done,
the way they planned it. Listen to that.
Just know the economy's going to come crashing down. Okay, the UAW strike is going to affect this economy. This whole thing's going to come crumbling down, and it's supposed to. It's an election year. This is the way they plan it. And when it's all said and done,
I mean, that's not true. That's not true. I mean, what are you talking about? You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Wow. All right. Well, I'm gonna let him talk. I'm gonna let him spew his verbal diarrhea.
There's going to be a couple of choice companies out there that are going to flourish.
Oh boy.
Eventually. But right now you sit on that cash, you let your cash make you money, and understand that GameStop is more than just a retail brick and mortar company. It's a bank, it's an institution,
a bank.
It's a way of life.
Yeah, right.
Honestly, for me, because I did the homework. That's where you're at, bro.
Yeah.
I appreciate you though. I really do.
No, I miss you too. You got some good guys in Discord, and I always enjoyed our chats. Like I said, I just didn't, I know we talk, you have different rhetoric, which I do enjoy.
What I told you when you left the Discord, because I didn't kick you, you're not blocked. You walked out on your own.
Probably is now.
I thought it was an open conversation.
What I told you was this.
Yeah, well, apparently it wasn't.
What I told you was this.
Was it?
It's a lonely place out there in the internet without friends. Okay? So if you want to be in your investment.
You're my friend.
There you go.
You're my friend, Lance.
Oh, thank you.
Friends. Lynn,
being condescending is not going to help you.
What?
I don't hang out with bears, bro. I hunt them.
Being condescending? I mean, this guy is such a fucking joke. Oh my God. It's too much.
I murder them and I skin them and then I wear them. What's up, Monty? What's going on?
Wow.
The floor is yours.
I had to chime in because I saw you talking about balance sheets all the time. Like, the thing is, like, are you accounting also the GDP as well? Like, I know we had this conversation before, and I did look into this, and I feel actually much more confident compared to the entire sector, because what I looked at was the entire CAGR for the sector for the retail specialty, right, including Bed Bath Body Works, Best Buy, and stuff like that. With all that considered, like, I think Best Buy is a very good comparison with GameStop with all comparisons.
Yeah.
So, like, I can't see, because in terms of revenue, right, I calculated that there's going to be a 10% increase in revenue compared to 2021. 2022 was actually a lower dip because of the game's releases at that time. So with all things considered, you have to consider the theme, which is gaming, right? So the next attack that we're seeing right now for GameStop right now is the Unity. I don't know if you guys been watching, but Unity is actually under attack through private equity because it's going to reduce the amount of games it's going to be producing in the coming years of going ahead, because there's a lot of but the thing is, private equity is going to lose in this case because businesses are different than consumers. Consumers don't care what happens with the product, whereas Unity is a huge fight right now between other businesses. Seeing this Unity change of software pricing, their way of charging their licenses, right? So with that moving forward ahead as well, like GameStop is in a goodwill position in a situation where if there's no new games, people are going to return to GameStop, return their games, and play other games that they couldn't have a chance to play. Because with all things considered, the gaming market has too many games at this point. So moving forward, if you think about like not just the business in terms of like collectibles, if you think about like the actual atmosphere of gaming, there's a huge animosity with how games are being developed really shitty and stuff like that. So when you're in a situation where you buy a digital good and you can't return the game because you play too many hours, then GameStop's value is much better then. So you got to consider all these factors when you're doing sales. So that's why I calculated my sales actually pretty accurate, it's pinpoint. But the only thing that I failed to assess was the actual SG&A. SG&A is actually going to be a very important factor moving forward in terms of their profitability and lean, right? So
where do you think it's a full year SG&A? What do you think they can hit?
1.5.
If they can hit, like right now, I have. Let me pull my balance sheet because I had a calculation on this.
I calculated 1.5 before the year started, just so you're aware. 1.5.
Yeah, no, I was thinking 1.4 even's probably super. If they keep getting super aggressive, like probably 1.5 feels a little better, but they could do 1.4. Which
well, you said shitty. Just so that we're clear, this comment here from the chat goes, "Got any tips for potty training a toddler?" Yeah, bro, this is a parent channel. The way I did it was I just kept my kids in diapers till they were about 7 years old. All right, there you go. That's how I did it. All right,
you're probably not lying there.
Love it.
Yeah, but like if I can see SG&A go down to like per quarter, if they can go like 300 flat moving forward, and it gets declined, because I think
that's
there's gonna be a point
really
where there's gonna be a quarter. Yeah, I know. I think there's gonna be a point where we're gonna hit possibly, like from my estimates, like 280 roughly by in a year point from this point on moving forward. And the reason why I say 280 specifically is because there's about almost 3,000 stores in the UK, not in the UK, Europe alone. So if they can close enough stores, in my eyes, aggressively in the specifically in the European area, because there's a lot of policies that stores policies, but also country policies as well. There's a lot of, I don't know if you pay attention to policymakers, but policymakers making things more difficult to operate over there as an international company over time. Like the UK is also making their own, DTCC, right? So it's like it's getting more challenging to have things in Europe. So I much actually see, and the reason why there's a strategic location for like a Texas warehouse is because to support that order for, even though there's a Italy fulfillment center, like the whole point of having that Texas location, not Texas, the East Coast. Which one's the East Coast?
Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania.
Yeah, correct. So that one supports the people of Ireland and stuff like that, because I do logistics for a full-time job, right? And strategically, we have the same situation. It's where we have, if we want China shipments, we have specifically Nevada as our hub. If we want Eastern location, like Europeans, we specifically choose some kind of East Coast state versus doing anything logistics overseas, because overseas logistics is much more demanding in terms of price.
Look, Monty, I hear you. Yeah. Okay, I hear everything you're saying. This whole stuff we know. This is not Bears. Okay, Bears don't give a shit about any of that. What he does is he does math. Okay,
I love all this.
You're
this is a civil conversation. I'm not getting told to fuck off. This is what I'm here for.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm saying you can do that. You can create your own platform for it, and you've done it before, and I'm sure you'll do it again. But I promise you.
No, I mean, we've talked in the past. I didn't like how it ended, and I want to talk. I'm trying to minimize regret. And when people are
minimize the regret and saying that. Okay, then good. Come back here in 6 months. I'll be here. I'll be here. Saying I told you so, like I told the rest of the world.
God,
I don't know why people don't understand.
I'll do you one better. How about if they go? I'll do you one better. How about if they go positive? I will fly down. I will buy you a beer in person. How about
that? The hell would I want to hang out with you? fuck?
Because we're fun, man. Look at this fun. You cuss me out.
I'll tell you what you can
numbers
do.
don't matter.
I'm going to tell you right now, running with
Come
Bears.
on, Moon Man.
That you're
Come on, Moon Man. Let's get
155
a beer
pounds
together.
soaking wet. You're running marathons. You're living your best life. And you can go ahead and buy that beer from Molly. And you guys can hang out. Because I'm going to tell you right now, it's the only friend you got right now. I'm telling you, you can't talk bad about GameStop and Ryan Cohen and the leadership and think
Why
I'm
not?
going to be
Is it
okay
an
with
echo chamber, or are we having honest conversations?
An echo chamber. Oh yeah.
It doesn't have to be an echo chamber.
But it is. 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 It's an echo chamber. Echo chamber. Congratulations, you are a cult leader.
Message and the direction of the company has not changed. Gave out
it has actually.
It has
Authorities
not.
have shifted. If you go through the filings, yep, they've changed their reporting.
Oh, he's bashing GameStop again. He's bashing it. Bashing it. With that little those little inconvenient things called facts.
And 2 years ago, they focused on long-term sustainable revenue growth. You look at this past one, now they're saying profitability. That's a big shift, man.
Pragmatic growth.
It's English.
Realistic
Just go read it, bro.
growth. Yeah, you should go read it. You should go read a balance sheet. Who gave you your degree? You need to go back.
What the fuck?
Roll Tide. That explains it all. Holy shit.
This motherfucker. I swear to God. The Running with Bears guy is... I think he thinks that Morantz is like being... I mean, he's upset. I mean, this is so uncomfortable. Wow.
Yeah, I bet.
I've always said that.
Yeah.
Just a redneck guy reading numbers.
Yeah, you said redneck math. That's what you said. Well, somewhere in there.
I'm not being boring, but I'm going to head out, guys.
Yes, thank you so
much. I would too.
Monty, I appreciate you.
Monty, it's good to hear from you.
Hey, check out Monty's channel. He has videos. I'm sure you can invade his chat and his channel.
Oh, God. He's just so passive aggressive. And oh, my God. What a terrible fucking guy.
On your stance. This is crazy. You double talk.
Wow.
Your long game stuff.
Yeah, this is embarrassing.
And it's not that
fuck.
it's an echo chamber.
That's the role of finance. Yeah, let me talk about that.
Oh,
that's a good point. But like the role of finance, the role of finance and operations, like someone has to hold operations accountable. So if operations says they're going to do X, someone should hold them to that for the health of the organization. So I mean, everywhere I've worked, you need some sort of counter opinions on stuff, right? Because you can't have everyone just agreeing to everything.
You get paid to do that.
About path.
No. You get paid to. Why do they pay you? Because it's valuable. I mean, this guy's so fucking clueless. This is why you fucking punch, the clock and sweep the fucking floor. I mean, at the end of the day, and I'm not being condescending. Somebody has to do it. But, we're learning more about why. Like,
for the health.
This is so fucking crazy.
Everywhere I've worked, you need some sort of counter opinions on
stuff.
Yeah,
no shit. Oh my God.
Sure, you get paid to do that.
About path.
No, it's so funny you say that. You get paid to do that. So tell me, who's paying you to say the shit you're saying?
Oh God.
Are you serious right now?
No, I'm not. That's my point. That's my point. You get paid to speak that way in those rooms. I'm in those rooms. You know this.
No, you're not.
So when I'm telling you a balance sheet and you look at it from GameStop's standpoint, and the leadership puts their money where their mouth is, even
who cares?
As they still buy shares.
Over, man.
They keep buying shares, right? They keep supporting their company.
Yeah, the leadership keeps. Have you looked at the leader, like the finance leadership, especially? Man, they've rotated over heavy. Most people are bouncing less than a year. Like there's.
Yeah, they don't. You say most people. Watch this. Watch this. Most people are bouncing, right? Think about it like this. They hired how many additional people when they first came on? 400 plus, and the people that are bouncing and leaving are the additional hires. Linda already broke this down on the actual hires themselves. But who was there already? They had fundamental people there already. Then they have Jim Gribble, who's actually a CFO. That's what he does for a living. Yet here he is just on the board of directors. So do they need a CFO? Do they need a CEO when you already have the best in the business?
Yeah. That's how boards work.
You don't. You have glorified.
That's how boards fucking work. Oh my God. Oh, they already have a CFO. So why do they need another? Dude, this is so dumb. This is so dumb. He's so dumb. He doesn't. Oh my God.
You don't need 2 C-suites.
You don't need it.
Really?
No, you're going to pay them?
Really? Okay.
What is it that they're doing that you can't do? Because apparently these guys can't do math. Now, if they're doing your kind of math, then I don't need them.
I miss you, man.
Yeah,
CFO should be setting the overall leadership tone of the business, dealing with investors, raising capital, and dealing with overall and working with sales. Especially a CFO is heavy on the sales organization, making sure
you know what
everything's
CFOs
running
are doing.
according to plan.
They're at the latest golf tournament and they're doing public speaking engagements. That's what they're doing around here. That's what it is. Because I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what happens.
Not the CFOs I've worked with.
Yeah, apparently.
Working the hardest.
How?
I mean,
what is there to do at GameStop right now, other than
what is there to do
for them? And
I mean, he's like, yeah, just sit back and what is there to do? Yeah, what is there to do? Just sit back and watch us get rich. Are you serious?
Churning and burning, that's on them. They're literally not going to expand. They're not worried about top line revenue the way you think they are. They're just going to show you just the platform itself, the model. Are we profitable at this scale? And then if we are, then let someone invest in what we're doing. And then you can expand.
Somebody like private equity, maybe Pulte's group will want to, private equity that shit up.
This is not the time to do it. Who the hell is going to come in on GameStop when Ryan Cohen controls the money, the whole engine? People only invest money when they can control it. That's the difference here. Retail owns this company. So if we're going to live and die by the way retail shops and
goddamn fucking retail owns the company
to buy as much as I can, promote it as best I can. I'm one man of a million, and I'm going to try my damnedest. But I'll go out swinging, and the balance sheet tells me I'm winning. That's what it tells me. And I understand the business. I understand the seasonality of it. I see it coming. So when you annualize on inflationary numbers, which we have done, you're going to see extreme switches, right? These motions, like $106 million swing from year over year because you're annualizing on that. They have done the right thing over the time frame, but everyone wants to look at it as a small window, i.e. 6 months, 2 years, 1 year. I'm looking at it in a decade standpoint.
Nobody looks at shit in a decade. You can't. That's retarded.
All said and done.
Imagine if you looked at GameStop from on a decade standpoint, a decade ago. Would you have thought that it would be this? I don't think so. Take any 10-year period from when they were extremely successful forward. You can't do that. It wouldn't have worked. You would have lost your ass if you assumed anything. Except, they're going to have all this competition and they're going to go into the shitter. Nobody, clearly some people said that, but if you were, had this attitude, you wouldn't have said that then. So now he's saying so the last 10 years went down. He's saying the next 10 years is going to go up. I mean, okay, but you wouldn't have been honest about the last 10 years going down. So this stupid.
On the wrong side of history. That's the point.
Okay. The wrong side of history.
Terry, that's some good thoughts there, Morant.
yeah, thanks.
Wow.
I can have, I've mentioned it's not all bear. I show both sides. I showed the bullish side. I said a lot of that. I also don't think it's a problem to talk about where the shortcomings are. But
I understand that. Right? Here's my problem with you, Bears, and with your
problem with you.
And a guy in the chat right now named Matt A. He says it perfectly. He says you're saying it's halftime, and that's trying to tell me that the game's only this year, right? This game is forever. This game is forever, and that's why they have a metric called the T12. The trailing 12 tells you that we're doing a fiscal run.
He's aware.
Right?
He's a fucking accountant.
Every quarter fiscally. So it just keeps moving the metric. I'm measuring it from year versus year. It's not calendar year. It's year versus last year. And that's the way you can evaluate this company and the trend of the company. And
I love how he's telling him
soft sales and soft top line revenue at the cost of what, though? They're not sacrificing. Their expenses have come down, therefore the top line will come down. That's okay. Do I need 20,000 stores so revenue can show an increase? No, they're making more money per man hour. It's MPH, money per hour, and that's the way it's working out for them. And they're going to do it well. And they're running the right business. So I assume you do math on that end, and maybe you'll understand the metric.
A little bit.
Maybe you won't. But yeah, you bearish on this.
What a fuck condescending
What are you
fuck.
buying long? Anyway, I'm curious. What are you buying these days? I know you're a gambler, so what are you buying?
That's a hardship for them.
I got my index fund. This is pretty much my gambling stuff. It's GameStop. I got all my boomer investments, right?
Yep.
And then GameStop.
Sure.
So, you
My
know.
boomer investments, Costco. How's that one looking?
I love Costco, man. They do everything right.
Thanks. Oh,
it's impressive,
yeah.
right?
Thank you.
I like they treat their employees well. It's all there, right? It's,
Can you
it's a
imagine
solid
working
company,
for me?
So
Could you imagine working?
I would love it.
Yeah, it's.
I think we have a good time together.
I'm a beast, bro.
Right. All right. Well, I've taken enough of your.
Hey, you did. You did great. You did great.
You did great. What a fucking asshole.
No, if you thought I was going to say bye.
I miss you, man.
Yeah.
All right, later, Moritz.
I have a word for you. It's punk. I'll see you.
Jesus
Thanks,
fuck.
Running. Thanks. Running with bears, guys. The traditional bear himself. You guys thought I was just going to, oh my God, hi, where's the olive branch? Oh my God, we're buddies. The shit out of here. And Stacks a lot. I know you're watching this back because you say you're going to run it back when you get done with work today. I'm happy for you. You just had one of the best shows ever because I don't roll with scrubs, bro. Listen, if you're not cut from the same ilk that I am,
yeah.
You're not a baller, you're not a dude, you can't come hang out with me, bro. Oh, we should have a beer. A beer.
What a douchebag.
A beer? How about I buy the whole goddamn bar? That's what I'm doing. GameStop. Can't stop, won't stop. GameStop. You think I have time for these bears coming to the chat? Bringing up the valid points. No shit. Yeah. Thank you, Sue. Get back on track. Let him talk. Yeah, Stever. That's what we'll do. Why is he long? I agree. Get added to save face. Let me ask him about his Bed Bath & Beyond investment or his AMC investment. All the shills are exposing themselves. I'm having a treat. Thank you. Holy shit, Bear is way smart. But how is he saying that the company financials are troubling? It's literally improving every quarter and just has a major double beat, plus still 1.3 billion in cash equivalents. Judge, I know. That's what I'm telling you. But you guys don't understand. We talk in Discord, okay? We talk personally. I know Bear. Bears has my number. Bears, he could call me, all right?
Why would he want to?
Didn't block him or ban him. He can still come in and talk to me, DM me. We have plenty of DMs. We talk, okay? I'm telling you. He has access to me. But he'll do this. He'll come in, hey.
Yeah, he was trying to help you, fucker. Wow.
You're always welcome. Always welcome.
Wow.
As long as you don't mind the beatdown you get, you're always welcome.
Wow.
The most bullish bear. He's long, but talks down on his own investment. Yeah, then sell and move on. No,
yeah, that's so wild, so crazy. He's long, but talks down on his own investment. And see, this is the thing. These people are a fucking joke. I mean, quite frankly, these people are a motherfucking joke. I mean, if you're long, you should be, for lack of a better term, talking down your own investment. You should be scrutinizing it. You should scrutinize everything. I mean, unless you want to end up like this in an echo chamber. I mean, who in their fucking right mind, and who got rich this way, and who succeeded this way? I just don't see it. I mean, fucking YouTube, man.
Wouldn't even go that far, Jerry Diamond. It's a matter of infiltrating chats and people.
Infiltration.
And then pushing out your agenda onto them.
Agenda.
That's what it is. And it never runs well. It's wrong with me, and it always will, and I get it.
No, it's because you don't like to be questioned. Because you don't have actual facts. And most of your subjects, most of your followers don't either. They have fewer facts than you do, if that's possible. But here comes somebody who actually knows what they're talking about. And that's a threat. It's a threat. I mean, this is classic. This guy... I mean, we know the source code now. We've seen the source code. We know how the machine works. We saw inside of it. We did.
People want to hang out with each other, okay? Like you get a whole bunch of lawyers, and they, well, I'm a lawyer.
See,
I'm a
this
lawyer,
is a social phenomenon.
I'm a CPA. And what am I? I'm a grunt, right? I'm just a guy who got lucky, worked my ass off to get where I am, and I run a balance sheet.
Wait, which one was it? You got lucky or you worked your ass off to get to where you're at? I don't know. Both, I guess. But whatever.
From here and there, and I got a whole bunch of employees that I work with. I won't even call them mine. I'll call them coworkers. All that shit, bros.
Yeah. What do you want? He would be the guy who thinks he's the boss. You know, could you imagine working with this guy? Yeah, he probably, yeah. I mean, oh God, that would be fuck. I'm sure Costco's a good company. I'm sure they're a quote unquote good company, but that you know, it's the people make or break it.
And then what? What are you endearing them? Are you a man of the people? I made a YouTube channel. I started a platform, and I have a whole bunch of people that roll with me. So we have a platform. We have somewhere to hang out every day. We watch the stocks go up and down. That's what we built, right? The water cooler mentality right here. You can't buy it. It's authentic. You can't infiltrate it because we won't let you. No new friends. We're playing Red Rover. And Bears is going to run over, and he's a marathon runner, 155 pounds. Ain't going to run through my arms. They wish they had this. Guys, they try to do it every day.
Oh, yeah.
They make YouTube channels. They make videos. They try to generate some type of movement. Nah, it's not real. You got to work. You got to come every day. You got to post every video. You got to actually know what you're talking about. They ain't never going to work with me, bro.
Well, it seems like a good place to stop. It's 11 minutes after 11 o'clock in the Eastern Daylight Time Zone. And Marantz just said, you got to know what you're talking about. You got to know. You got to know. So, you know, there's some funny shit here on Reddit these days. You know, there's a lot of talk about a dividend hypothetical. So let's say a $1 dividend is issued to shareholders, but there's way more shares in existence than said because, naked shorts. Actually, it was naked shorts, yeah, but whatever. Then what doing Kenny? Yeah. Naked shorties have to sell off their crypto and liquidate positions to pay the debt. When they run out of money, the other DTCC members get a turn. When they're deemed too big to fail, we get a repeat of 2008. Okay. Yeah, good. Yeah, dividend. So here's somebody posting some due diligence. You know, about naked shorting. Like, there's no proof of naked shorting in here anywhere. You know, and like this. All right, I like this right here. Is it possible to miss the squeeze? What if my phone runs out of batteries or something? It's highly unlikely that you would miss a short squeeze like AMC or GME. It is not a blink and you miss it event. It will likely last multiple days, if not weeks, as every hedge fund involved unfurls and begins to close their positions. Okay. What is the price target? I see 100K, 500K. Smart apes in the community have provided detailed explanations of how exactly the 500K per share price is possible using a geometric mean. Right. However, one thing is for sure that all shorts must cover their positions, meaning that when it is time for them to buy back those shares they made their bad bets on, they made their bad bets. They made their bad bets. Bad bets. Bad behavior. Bad bets. I'm going to settle for 97.69. That's a bad bet. That's a bad fucking bet right there. That's a bad bet if you're long. It's a terrible bet. They need to get them from us, as we are the only real legitimate owners of the shares. And with that, the cult mentality is further solidified. We are the real owners. We're the real owners. Okay? So you have to buy it from us. Now, I'm not going to tell you, I'm not going to be the only one to tell you that I'm not going to let you get away cheap, hedgy. So there, I get to name my price. This is motherfucking Priceline, and I'm Bill Shatner, bitch. I'm naming my price, and it's $501,000. Pay it. You have to. No, do it. You have to. No, but you have to. You have to cover your... The window for them to buy back these shares has been closed by the corporate action of issuing a preferred equity unit dividend, which was then converted back into AMC common stock. This act caused a CUSIP number change. A CUSIP number is like an ID number. These naked shorts were left in limbo with no way to close their positions. They are losing hundreds of millions of dollars on these bad bets every day. Oh, excuse me. So they can't cover. Oh, this is news to me. Did you guys hear this? Did you hear? This is good news. Oops, wrong one. These naked shorts were left in limbo with no way to close their position. There it is right there in black and white. Now, pardon my obtuseness, but how's that going to work? I mean, obviously this is false, but if they have no way to cover, yeah. You know what? You can't make this shit up.
You can't kill Michael Myers!
And you can't kill Michael Myers.
It's impossible!
It is impossible.
What happens when you work to change things?
This is what happens.
What do you fucking want from me?
Fantastic DD.
You know, if you don't understand the situation, it's better sometimes not to speak and just be proven completely.
You hear that? Take wise words.
Okay, so
from someone who's already crossed over.
Man, fuck you. I think you a bitch. You understand what I'm saying?
To that big boat in the sky.
Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying.
Or are you saying it? What are you saying?
First they think you're crazy, then they fight you.
Where's the justice?
I don't really think
that's why we have justice for AMC.
And then all of a sudden you change the world.
The world has been changed. It was one way, then the apes came. Now it's another way. Don't forget it. Never forget. Hashtag never forget. Never forget. Jesus isn't coming. He's sending a stand-in. I heard he was a Capricorn. Anyway, yeah, so we'll continue this this fascinating look at this nonsense. You know, it's an ongoing project here, so we'll do that. And with that, yeah, I know. I mean, what was Chris Christopherson was wrong. Yeah, that's artistic license. Anyway, have a good night, and well, the FOMC tomorrow. Oh, I did want to show this. I just want this to be known. Okay, this is the Federal Reserve Bank of Chicago. So we can't get away with not talking about any macro economics. So this is the Chicago Fed's National Financial Conditions Index. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't sing as well. Sure doesn't. It's not as quirky. So this is looking at financial conditions in the money markets, debt and equity markets, and traditional and shadow banking systems. Okay. So now the new data comes out every Wednesday, so we'll get it tomorrow. But this is for the previous week. So this came out last week for the previous week. That makes sense. So the index suggested that financial conditions loosened again in the week ending September 8th. So the financial conditions index ticked down. So now, when the number is in the negative, so positive values are tighter conditions, while negative values are looser than average conditions. Okay. So you can see we're in the negative here, and it was going more negative, which means conditions are loosening. Something to think about. This was essentially will be, let's see, technically 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. So there's a Fed meeting this week. So 2 weeks ago, the National Financial Conditions Index was showing loosening conditions. That's all I'm saying here. When at a time when, you know, everybody's talking about, the Federal Reserve is saying, everybody's yada yada, the narrative is they're tightening. We're actually seeing on the ground, look at this loosening. You know, really starting this most recent run here, like back in March. What happened in March? I mean, come on. you know what happened in March. So I refer you to the FDIC failed bank list. It's a popular list around here. We do have 4 banks on the list now. So we had that Heartland Tri-State Bank, whatever, in Kansas, whatever, back in July. But March 10th is when the whole, you know, loosening of everything restarted. Oh, it was a nice boon for Wall Street. Oh, they made out like bandits. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, because the market depends on the Fed. It's a Fed market. It's not a stock market. Anyway, 2 weeks without a refrigerator, $98 worth of ice. There's a short squeeze for you. Jeez. 2 weeks without a fridge. Man. How are you going to chill your wine? First world problems. Hashtag justice for AMC. Hashtag failed bank. Day 3 and it sucks. Ugh, God. Yeah. So here's what it is. Oh, so you just need the ice. I gotcha. Maybe you don't. Piece of shit billionaires destroy good companies and filter them to Amazon. Enter Teddy, Chewy, BBBY, GameStop, Blockbuster, Sears. Yes, the hedgies destroyed all these companies, especially Blockbuster and Sears. That was hedge funds, you know, what they did. We have completely shattered Amazon in pet food and supplies, gaming, baby stuff, movies, Blockbuster, Prime, Toys R Us, yes. Absolutely destroyed by naked short sellers. 100%. I mean, if you don't agree with that, you know, I got 2 words for you. It's called fuck you, okay? And you know, we don't have time for that. You got to put the work in. You got to put in the work. You got to do the work. All right. Declassified. We'll continue declassifying the yeah, it was one of the first, I think. But, you know, naked short sellers and all. Anyway, I got to go. Good night. See ya.